2025, the 290th day of the sex offender administration. The Trump administration on Wednesday announced it will reduce flight traffic by 10% in 40 high-traffic markets across the United States as part of an effort to ease pressure on air traffic controllers, who will miss another paycheck next week as the government shutdown enters its second month. So you can thank the grifter-in-chief for the even higher plane ticket prices just in time for Thanksgiving. Like a frozen turkey, Trump's economic plan doesn't fly. A Spanish-language immersion daycare in a residential neighborhood on the north side of Chicago was raided by federal immigration agents on Wednesday, and a teacher, Diana Santillana, was taken away, panicking school administrators and parents of infants, toddlers, and pre-kindergarten children at the center. Diana Santillana was a legal resident with no record or warrants. You know, one of those criminals Trump promised to deport. Yet Elon Musk walks free. An explosion at a hydrogen and nitrogen product manufacturer in Mississippi on Wednesday caused an ammonia leak and forced nearby residents to evacuate to escape the yellow toxic smoke cloud. The Mississippi governor said the toxic cloud is from a DEI reveal party following two African-American Democrats taking 2 seats away from 2 deserving white people. This has been the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll with headlines and punchlines for November 6, 2025, the 290th day of the sex offender administration. Join me live at the Church of Last Resort Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Time on MindDog TV.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host or guest and should not be interpreted as statement of fact. Independent fact-checking and corrections are encouraged.
What the hell? We got a cup of coffee in here, please.
In bright light city over here. What the hell? I have buttons, which I can't be. Wait, that's not right. I have buttons. It's a little more on the button. I don't even know what buttons to push. Damn! I don't know how to do this. Oh, okay. I do this. Wait.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
Hello. I don't know how to do this. Oh, weird.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with the Dog. You make me laugh.
Laughing on the inside, maybe. So cold. Everything's so cold. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old. Getting. I feel like a pump. Why do I feel like a pump? Good morning, folks. It's Thursday. Trash Day, as it's known here on the North Shore of Long Island. Thursday, November 6th, 2025. 1 year anniversary since I cut a good number of people out of my life. And thinking about this last night, I don't really, there are some people, I'll be honest, that I miss, but for the most part, I don't miss any of these Nazis arguing with me about their beloved cult leader. I do miss the times before 10 years ago or so when the crazy cult leader rode into town. Because most of the people I know who I've cut out of my life didn't give a fuck about politics. We never talked about politics. They didn't even know. Even though they watched Fox News, it just kind of went through their dopey little brains. They didn't have any talking points to spurt out, or they didn't memorize them. But then the dopey cult leader came marching in on his Apprentice bullshit and his WWE or whatever nonsense they loved them. And almost all of them are wrestling fans, which is not coincidental. Stupid people. Sorry if you're a wrestling fan. Sorry. It's not real. And he's not real. But so 10 years ago, he came to town, and they all of a sudden, they cared about politics, and all of a sudden they thought they should have an opinion, not so much an education, just an opinion. And I do miss those times when we could just, like, not talk about politics. We could just hang out and make music or do whatever we did and not really get into a argument over basic human decency. Now, I did see in my memories on Facebook this morning where I said I was cutting all the Nazis out of my life. And one of the Nazis, who swears she's not a Nazi, I could bring up her name, I won't. Lisa, a former band fan, said, I thought this is what was great about America. We're all are allowed to have our own opinions. It was never about fucking opinions. It's about basic human decency. It's about empathy. It's about caring about your fellow man. That's what it's about. I know that sounds just so kumbaya woke. No, it's basically what you say, especially if you're one of these phony ass Christians. It's what you say you care about. I don't know. And now I'm seeing, because the election of the other night went the Democrats' way, that they're all one more time with this. He's coming to an end. The days of Trump are coming to an end. Stop with the false hope. You've been telling me that since Mueller. Mueller was like a lifetime ago now. Yeah, Lisa Meyer von Salzen said to me, really, I thought this was great about our country is that we can all have our opinion. I find these comments sad. People willing to be rid of friends over people who don't really care about any of us. Yeah, well, you get the fact that he doesn't care about any of us. So why do you fucking suck his dick? His fucking stinky orange diaper, dirty dick. If you know he doesn't care about any of us, it's not about, for me, it's not about allegiance to the other side. It's the other side is the only choice that isn't fucking psychotic. It isn't fucking cruel. And the cruelty has come home. Cruelty and incompetence. People who are without health insurance can't go to the doctor. People can't eat. People who were in between trying to pick yourself up by your bootstraps. I can't because I'm fucking starving to death. I seem a little worked up this morning. Maybe something in the coffee. Anyway, so if you go to betonanything.eu right now, this isn't a category. You have to make up your own category. But we should bet on what nonsense, what little trivial piece of merchandise GD will have waiting for us inside the Advent calendar, because just consider that he's going to have to do this for the rest of his life, because the government's never going to open up again. It's never. And I saw last night Senator Kennedy, John Kennedy from I think he's Louisiana, Mississippi, one of those fucking hick states, some imbecile states. I'm sorry. It's the coffee. He's introducing a bill to not pay Congress while the government is shut down. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I could be wrong about this. Doesn't the government have to be open to pass the bill to not pay Congress while the government is shut down? I don't know. It's very confusing. It's like, it's not a paradox. It's a catch-22. It's a catch-20. I don't know what it is. It's so we'll play a commercial. I don't. Yeah, it's a not the meaning. Then get high, Dylan.
With humble East Coast beginnings in 2015, Daily High Club is the premier destination for glass water pipes, vaporizers, and consumption accessories. If you're looking to elevate your smoking game to the next level, you're in the right place. With over 1 million top-quality smoking products sold, and with a growing base of over 10,000 monthly subscribers worldwide, we deliver the ultimate smoking experience. But Daily High Club is not just a retailer, we're lovers of the smoking scene ourselves, working with giants like Tommy Chong, Snoop Dogg, Chanel West Coast, and more. Ready to join the Daily High Club? Let our experts curate your collection with our awesome El Primo monthly subscription box, or grab one of our fun and unique pieces from our smoke shop. Click the link in the description below this video to get this party started now.
See, they don't accentuate the now enough. Ladies and gentlemen, in the room with me now, ready to show us our really intriguing piece of merchandise that is hidden within the Advent calendar, is the one and only Dede Fenderson. Good morning, Dede.
Good. Thank you. Good morning, America. MindDogTV.com. It's day 37 of our Coffee with the Dog government shutdown Advent calendar.
37 already. Wow.
Yes. What do we have today? Available only in the official Coffee with the Dog Advent calendar. It's a pair of non-toxic Mike Johnson butt plugs.
Wow.
Yeah, silver.
That's funny. They look just like the hat he wears, except they're not white.
And it's only, where was I? Oh, one for you and one for your accountability butt buddy. Get your Coffee with the Dog government shutdown Advent calendar while the shutdown and supplies last. All proceeds from sales of the government shutdown Advent calendar go to a cause, because we need more product so that we can put more shit in an Advent calendar.
I don't know. Those look like they could be used, weaponized in some way, like put on the end of a shotgun shell or something. Like, wow, ouch. Ooh, ouch.
You know, Dick Cheney could have used it to shoot somebody in the face.
Oh, Dick Cheney never shot anybody in the face. I just want to say that. Dick Cheney was a face shotee. So I should mention that in the next hour, not in the first hour, Michael Moriarty will be here. Dun-dun, not the one from Law and Order, the lawyer, author, and we'll talk about Crazy Horses. Crazy Horses missing. Is he? Now, I'm thinking, I don't know, Crazy Cat is who I'm thinking of, the F Troop. He's not missing, right? He's dead. So we know. The Crazy Horse is also dead. So how could he be missing?
I think his body is. They're looking for his body in the book. It's a fictitious account.
I get it, but let me just because if he died like what 1870 or whatever the fuck he died, 1880, wouldn't his body be like dust? I don't think missing.
When you think about mummies, we don't know how his body was prepared or anything like that. Like I said, we don't know in his book. No, we don't know if he was like wrapped up. So like, mummies and stuff. And also in some areas, like in some desert areas, it's so dry that the ground itself will mummify a body, even if you bury it without any kind of preparation. It's so arid and so dry, it just dehumidifies.
You bury it with preparation H.
Yeah, that could be it as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just a stupid person. I'm just a stupid person.
So, I'm going to share a slight story with you. I was talking to, I'm sorry. This woman was telling me about one of her granddaughters, one of her grandkids. And she was saying that her granddaughter is on the spectrum. And that she's very, very intelligent, very bright, very curious, but she uses her hands like she sees the world through her hands, even though she's not blind. But
I'd like to show her my balls. Okay.
So I said, so basically she's a raccoon, is what I said. And the woman bust out laughing. But my wife, who's in the other room, goes, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" But it was funny. She laughed. And she was like, she doesn't get it, no. And I looked, I said, "What?" It is. It's like a raccoon. It's funny.
What's wrong with him? Is there an answer to that? Has science figured out exactly what is wrong with him? No. The best answer is, well, she laughed. But that's not really an answer to.
Yeah, but you also laughed. You, Matt, you laughed.
I did.
Yeah, it's
Well,
funny.
No, but we know what's wrong with me. I already said that. I'm stupid. I'm a very stupid. I don't know if you caught the opening. I'm a very stupid person.
I did catch the opening. I just
I meant the opening of me.
Oh no, no. Well, that's what this is for. No.
They do look like suppositories, I have to say.
They do. They're actually technically these are purchased as wine cork, for wine bottles. Yeah. At least that's what we tell people when they come over to visit.
So let's just go back. You want to get my time machine? Let's go.
Sure.
We'll go back 1 year. You and I were both like, I remember you especially not being a happy camper because you were not. You hated staying up with the night before. We stayed up on election day thinking Trump was going to lose, and we were all excited about that. And you don't like to stay up late. You don't like to watch television for like sporting events or political stuff at night, and for the waiting for the results. And you were like, you had that on top of the disappointment of the rigged election 1 year ago today, and it was just a bummer of a time because we were thinking, we're going to be toasting with champagne, and all of a sudden we're thinking, Ron, you still sure of the outcome? Oh yeah. Right up until we said, you know what, we ought to just fucking call it a night. It's just going to be terrible, and it was. So, are you happy you got in the time machine? That was a good trip, wasn't it? Let's go into the future, because in everywhere I look, the Democrats are going, this is the end of Trump. He had a stroke.
I think you're looking in all the wrong places, because the places I look, I don't see that. I see optimism, but I don't see them saying it's the end. I see, or the ones that do say it immediately like take it back because they realize what they're saying.
Let's just say you're not tied into the YouTube algorithm.
Oh no, I don't. I
Kyle Kalinski's, the Jack Chiarellas, the Midas Touch people.
No, I look for reasonable people. I'm not looking for people who are chasing ratings and chasing sound bites.
You know what? I think Midas Touch is a bunch of. It's not just one guy. Midas Touch is a lot of educated lawyers and
they can be educated, but if their objective is not truth, but to be chasing the next viral soundbite or the next viral moment,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure they believe what they're saying. I think they are clickbaiting. They are
right. That's what I'm saying. You can't believe.
This Jack Chiarella guy, he pisses me off because he's overplayed that. This is Trump's the end of Trump,
right?
At least 1,000 times now.
Right.
Like, stop with the fucking clickbait.
Right. See, that's what I'm saying. They're not. I'm talking. That's why I tend to go toward people who are sincere, with what they're saying. And so most of them that I've watched, even the ones whose names I can't remember, say things like, "Okay, this is a good moment this is a good moment," but that has nothing to do with the year to come. They have to be able to sustain it. It's like because it's not like they're aiming at a moving target. So like the 7 million people go out and they protest, and they have a No Kings protest, over 7 million people. The next day, he tears down the East Wing. Okay, and that steals the headlines from the No Kings. That puts even though the movement is there, it's like, fuck, 7 million people out there going, we don't want a king. And Trump goes, I don't want a king either. I want an authoritarian. I agree, no kings, authoritarians only. I'm tearing down the East Wing. So, and then the next thing, like the election, Trump pretty much got, the Trumpites, for the most part, elections that mattered, the Republicans got their asses handed to them. So what does Trump do the next day? He goes, well, I wasn't on the ballot, and he bombs another Venezuelan boat.
Right.
So, so we're not, so the Democrats have to keep going, and they have to realize they're not aiming at a stationary target, that the target is always moving. and they're always going to be fighting for headlines because that's the big problem now. The big problem is the sound bites and the headlines. It's not an argument over who has a better plan for the country. It's a matter of who is the country going to listen to, and what are they listening to.
Well, I'm not going to reveal too much here, but somebody I know is
You can say Stephen.
No, I don't want to say Stephen because it's not Stephen. Somebody
You
I
can
know
say
who's
it.
in really bad shape. They need a doctor. They can't enroll in their benefits at work and can't afford the doctor visit. But they're in really bad shape. And this is a person who refuses to get off the Trump train. This is all part of, they lost their benefits because of they got laid off because of him, because of the government shutdown.
Because of Biden.
Well, they were in part of a company that served a government contractor, and when the government shutdown happened, they got laid off.
Okay, so it's Biden's fault. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm following you. I'm following you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but they still refused without, get on the other side until you can go back to being a Republican after you get rid of that fucking orange cancer, that big fucking tumor that's growing on the Republican Party. You can go back to that. But for now, jump up. Nope, can't do it. I love
But see, Matt, you're talking about the catch-22. The catch-22 is in order to get rid of the tumor, you have to have health care. To get the health care, they have to open up the government. But they can't open up the government because the tumor won't let them.
All right, you explain this to me. I'm not. When I read the headline, John Kennedy introduces a bill to stop paying Congress while the government is shut down.
Okay.
That bill can't fucking reach the floor while the government is shut
down.
Yeah,
it can. Right? Yeah, because they're in the Senate. The Senate is open. The Senate's been taking votes. The Senate has taken like 14 or 15 votes since the shutdown started to try to reopen. They're trying to negotiate terms, or actually the Senate is basically trying to get enough votes to reopen the government without doing a filibuster. I mean, without getting rid of the filibuster and without Democratic support or outwardly seeking Democratic support. They're hoping that some Democrats will cave, which it shouldn't happen. Hopefully it won't happen. So the Senate is open. The House, now, even let's just say that Kennedy gets sponsors for the bill, he gets it on the floor, and it passes in the Senate. They send it over to the House. The House isn't open.
That's what I mean. So yeah. you need
right. So it's a symbolic gesture. What he's saying is we shouldn't be getting paid if the government's not open. But he knows, and it's one of those beautiful things that he can say, but he knows nothing's going to be done about it. And then he gets to stand on this high horse and go to a soapbox and say, see, I don't think that we should be being paid. It's like being a one-tailed rabbit in a cotton factory, with one of his little folksy sayings,
Fuck.
And so he's got these little folksy sayings, and so he's saying, we shouldn't be getting paid. But he knows nothing's going to happen. He's going to keep getting paid. But all of his people are going to go back and go, see, he's with us. They shouldn't get paid either. But he knows better.
But so you're saying, I would like us, yeah, but it's beyond performative. It's also, I would like us all to vote on us not getting paid. Who's all for us not getting paid?
And here's the funny thing. There was a time when they didn't get paid. They decided during a shutdown that they should have a vote that they should get paid.
Oh.
Yeah. So Congress said, no, we want to get paid, because they can say, even though, and now their theory was it's a government shutdown, but we have to work still so that we can open up the government.
Wait, there's a beaver man here, and I didn't hear no. Did you hear a?
Maybe he let himself in.
He probably slipped in under the beaver moon. I don't know if you caught the beef moon. The beef moon was out last night. Let's say,
I saw it was a beautiful full moon last night.
The beaver man,
gorgeous.
Where's your moon? I don't see your moon. You left your moon outside?
I haven't looked to see if it's out there right now.
Now, John, I'm just out of curiosity. When you look up and see the moon, do you see the same moon that I see, or do you have a different moon because of Michigan?
Show him your moon.
Rival. I do
Moon
see
'em.
see the same moon as you, Fievel. I'm gonna start singing
Wow.
somewhere.
So, so you
out
sent me
in
some a project to work on. I was looking at it this morning. I was like, well, how the hell did that happen? Whose idea was it to stick Jackie under the brightest light where
I don't
nobody
know.
was looking at the camera, right?
I don't know. I don't know. When people offer to do stuff for me for free, and I'm like, "Are you sure? Is this what I
Yeah,
really want?" And I don't know anything about filming. Obviously, I
yeah.
was not made for camera. That's why we don't
Well,
stream. Also, well, there's many reasons why we don't stream,
if the
but
camera was a patient laying on the bed, you would be able to cure them, or heal
right,
them, or something, or at least make the symptoms a little more palatable or handleable.
something.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, I mean, he wants some stuff from it, and I said I would send it to our good buddy Matt, who I'd already asked if he could help me with it because I know nothing. So I was like, "Hey, see what he can do. Can only
Come
do
on,
what you can do."
come on by. I got weed in the attic, but I'm too sick today, and I'm too sick tomorrow. I'll be too sick.
Yeah, that's
Well,
interesting.
he's
Though.
not
Basically,
today.
told you,
Today he's not sick. Today he has family over for dinner.
oh,
Big family dinner.
oh,
Oh,
nice. I was not invited.
You're not big. You're not old family.
I think Swan got an invite, but I did not. So
Oh.
because Swan could
No,
swim.
because John doesn't because the beef man doesn't have a heart shaped ass.
You
that
know
is
what?
true.
There are swans on the other side of where Jackie lives, but on the bay side, there's no swans there. There's only Canadian geese and ducks. But anyway, well, I digress. Why do I digress? Because I have nothing better to do. Were you in military intelligence, John? What is MI? Because the other day you said MI, and I was like, what does the MI stand
Oh,
for?
sorry. Yeah, sometimes I was studying that. I figured he would just say it. I think he did, but I don't know. So yeah, MI
He
stands for
did say
military
it.
intelligence.
He did say
Uh,
it.
yeah, the first unit I was in was attached to a military intelligence, and we were our own company. So we worked together, but not really. Like we would go do missions, and they were in the backdrop of the missions, and they were all like nice and warm and cozy, and we were out in the woods chilling, pooping in bags, as he said, which I thought was hilarious. I'm like, pooping in
You,
bags. That's a good one. That's a good one. Pooping in bags.
you know, what I was curious about, and I didn't ask him about this, is because if you sign up to be a spy, or they figure you got the aptitude to be a spy, they give you this training. But does somebody go on, like most jobs? You go out with a trainer who shows you the ropes. Like, do you
Right.
go out holding hands with another spy? I mean, I
I
don't.
think that their training is really long. Most of the military intelligence training is very long. So, like, if you take someone who's a war fighter like me, you go to basic training. Once you're done with basic training, then you go to your advanced individual training, or we called it advanced infantry training. So then you go to infantry school to learn to be an infantryman. And then if you're done, you go to your first duty station. And that might only take like, I think mine was June, July, August, 3 months, 3 months of my training because it's all weapons based. I mean, it's all weapons and tactics based. And they know as soon as you go off to your unit, that's all you're going to learn. They're going to teach you more. You're just learning the basics of being a soldier, understanding the weapon system, understanding tactics very minimally, understanding how to be a good soldier, trying to learn some leadership, trying to learn some basic navigation stuff, and being in really good shape. And then when you're done with that, for example, when I was done, I went straight into airborne school because I had a contract to be a paratrooper. So I went straight into airborne school, did airborne school, which was 3 weeks long, went home, hung out with my family for like, I think, a freaking month. And then I went off to my duty station. And then that's where I was attached as a member of a long range surveillance company to the military intelligence battalion. So
That's
we
the
worked,
LRS that he referred to, the
yeah,
Lars.
that's long range surveillance. Yeah. So with that has a really long history, dating back to like Vietnam and even further back before that. So we were out in the woods and we would send intelligence back to them, and we had intelligence officers, and that was relayed to the military intelligence folks. So everything we did, they told us, and we were trained like if you get caught, you really only need to hold out the information you have for like maybe 24 hours. He kind of brought that up too. I was like, see, this is the point that most people don't understand. The intelligence is, especially for us, when we're looking at what we're seeing, obviously that's not forever. You know, if you're watching an
Right.
intersection and you're watching a battalion go by, you're trying to figure out what type of vehicles they have. I'm like, oh, okay, are these, armored vehicles? Are these counter, missiles. What are they towing? What do they have under those tarps? And you go to school to learn all that stuff. And then we have one radio, and I was the radio telephone operator, so we have this big ass Vietnam radio that sends line transmission broadcasts to our communications folks, and they pick up those broadcasts that we've encoded, and then they give them to the intelligence folks for decoding and all that other stuff. So you're running separate when you're doing it as a mission. It's all separate missions, but it's all kind of together.
The first time flying solo as a spy, and I think he did, you use that term a lot, that he is a spy. The first day flying solo, going out on your own as a spy has to be nerve-wracking. Like, I don't know. No matter how much training you have, still, you're out there alone. You're not with, from my understanding of everybody who I've talked to in the military, it's all about caring for each other. It's taking care of each other. And now you're flying completely solo, alone.
I would suspect not. I don't think he's alone. I think that he has watchers and all that other stuff that are working with him. I mean, it's counterintelligence. It's a counterintelligence team. I wouldn't suspect that they ever go out quote alone. And I don't know how, I really want to talk to him because I think it's fun, because being in that unit, we never, like, he kind of said, he's like, they never talked to us. I'm like, yeah, we really never. I had like 2 friends that were in the military intelligence actual side of it, and they were interrogators. So,
see, that's what my misunderstanding. In my mind, I see him going out there alone, like walking through a town in Afghanistan, just talking to people. Like, that would be the scariest thing I could imagine, as an American just walking through a war zone and trying to make friends with people who either hate you or whatever, wherever it is. It doesn't have to be Afghanistan.
yeah, and that's why I think you would have to have some sort of a team also. And it'd be fun to pick his brain, because I was none of us remotely cared about that shit when we were in, because we were just doing our job. But now it'd be interesting to see, because like I said, I had 2 friends that were interrogators. And so you kind of briefly talked about them, and I got interrogated once in the Netherlands for like 12 friggin' hours by their military intelligence as part of a training mission. And so you get to see that, and you're like, oh, this is kind of cool, that the stuff that they do. So it'd be interesting to see what he did as counterintelligence. I would suspect they're like a team, but I don't know. I don't think it's like what we're expecting. It's not a James Bond movie.
Now, were there any people that you were training with when you were in boot camp that stayed with you throughout? Once you trained, there's like, oh, you never saw them again, or you see when there were people like that.
Yeah, 2 guys that I went to basic AIT airborne school. 2 guys, we ended up in the same long range surveillance unit. One in the same platoon as me in my team. We were roommates. That was Childers. What's up, Childers? I know you're not listening. And then the other one was Alden, and I think he lives in Washington. So he was in 2nd or 3rd.
DC or state?
State.
What you just said is the problem. You said it's not a James Bond movie, and in my mind, that's what I see. Is
he thinks they're all out there driving these cars.
Austin Martins.
Yeah, they all have Austin Martins.
Every time the soundtrack is always dun 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 dun.
Banging the hottest.
They go to
the hottest chicks who are just like actually the enemy, and you don't know.
Yeah, the hot chicks with the weird names, like lots of chlamydia or.
I think people have to understand that there's a difference between the different organizations. It's kind of like, and not to be political, but when they say, oh, we're going to deploy the National Guard to police this area, I'm like, well, what are you actually deploying? Because most of the people in the National Guard are not military police. So you might have military police companies, military police battalions, et cetera, et cetera. But most of them have, like, I was an infantryman. Why would you deploy me to an area I'm not a police officer. I don't understand the law. I don't do anything like that.
Oh, you would be deployed to help soup kitchens then.
Or clean areas, or they're like, oh, can you guys go do
post natural disasters?
Yeah, because we're like, if we go somewhere as a combat mission, we're not going there for that. We're going there to do combat, to be warfighters. So everything else, you're like, oh, you're basically doing stuff that a landscaper would do. We did a lot of landscaping when I was in.
I'm so glad that you didn't say what I was expecting you to say, because I thought you were going to tell me like movies are not exactly like real life, and I thought I was ready to get devastated. Thank God you didn't say that.
I will say that stories are more interesting, but real life is not that action. It's a totally different game.
Wow. That's good to know because
You
I
thought it was
want
all
to.
true.
Yeah.
That like when we do missions, we all look different. We all have different uniforms, and like our guns are out, and we're like all oiled up. We're like,
And only the ugly soldiers get killed,
like
but
it's
the hot ones make it to the end.
See, that would be my luck. I would be the ugly
No,
guy and
no,
get
it's
killed.
the hot soldiers wouldn't be wearing a helmet so you can see their face,
Hmm.
but the ugly soldiers wore the helmet and the full gear.
I want to see a movie this. I would love to see them do. And there's kind of I've never watched it, but there's a TV show it's called like Vet TV, and I've never watched it. Actually, I have to get a subscription for it, and I'm cheap. But I would love to see someone do like a movie or a show like on a streaming service that's just about all the stupid funny shit that is going on constantly in the military.
That was F Troop.
I thought that was Stripes.
No, I thought that was Hogan's Heroes.
Stripes is a good one. Stripes is pretty good, but I want it even sillier than that. Like if you're out in the like one of the most common things is you have to carry a lot of heavy shit.
Yeah.
And you're really tired.
I thought that's what the little poop bags are for, so you wouldn't have to carry it.
I think there was a thing in Private Benjamin about carrying like a super heavy backpack full of stuff, and she couldn't walk with it.
Yeah, but that would be fun because you're literally like everybody. Sometimes if you have to go up a hill, everybody's just bent at 90 degrees walking, trying to get up that hill because their packs are so heavy. It's hard to walk up straight because obviously gravity's working against you, and then you've got this giant pack on your back, and you have to do goofy things. You're like, oh, thank God that my vest is heavy in the front because my pack is heavy in the back, and maybe this will balance me out. But when you're looking at regular stuff and you're just wearing a regular, say you're wearing your regular kit, like back when I was in, they were called load bearing equipment or LBEs. That was like 30 pounds. It's a 30-pound like little thing that you throw on, and that seems light to you when you take off a backpack or your rucksack that weighs 50, 60, 80 pounds.
I found him to be completely thoroughly offensive because he did say that he tried to join the television and radio corps and he couldn't get in. And I thought we hate hearing that.
Yeah,
we hate these guys who tried.
I thought it was funny that he said that it doesn't make him mad when people say that. I was like, yeah, because you're an MI fuck. That's why. No, I'd love to talk to him because I'm sure he knows a couple of the guys that I knew that actually were there when he was there. I was there before him.
Really? Because he seemed a lot older than you. I don't know.
Because I look good.
Oh, that's true.
John,
I think you called me a dick yesterday for not knowing how old you were. But I would guess, and that should be a compliment. You should not call me a dick for thinking that you look like you're.
Oh, she said I was a millennial. That's why I was pissed.
Millennial.
An Xer.
Well, isn't 42 or 43 still?
He's 52.
I'm 52.
I know he's 52. I was thinking he was 42 or something. Or
they would be millennial. I'm not a millennial. Yeah, I'm a Gen Xer. So,
all right. Wow. Well, you look good for your age. How about that? How about that? You look good for your age.
Yeah, but if you were 42, you look like shit.
Yeah, it was terrible at 42.
What'd you do last night? You had a Slaptail Nation comedy thing show going on or something last night? No? Am I wrong?
No, that was the night before. That was Tuesday.
Night before. I'm a day behind.
That's all right.
Yeah, I got all this time machine stuff with me. I've been back and forth between days and years. I get lost sometimes.
So, John, I have a question for you real quick.
Because
you do stuff on a weekly basis. At least your open mic is like every week.
Why do you have to tell him that? He knows that.
This is for the benefit of those who don't know, who may be listening for the very first time. Hi, Mom. So,
your mom is.
So you post something. Let's say you post an open mic from like 3 years ago, and someone sees it and likes it today. Yeah, I see you laughing already.
Yeah.
What do you think? Because I see that quite often when people will like a show that I did like 8 years ago. They're like. I'm like, the only thing worse if they liked and shared.
Right. Usually, it's the one that I see the most often is that we're asking for comedians from a show that was last month. We're like, we need for this open mic, and they're liking it, and it pops up on my feed. I'm like, well, this would have been helpful last month, but no.
Yeah.
I don't really pay much attention to that because my feed is so full of like goth chicks and mature ladies in skimpy outfits that that's all I do is scroll to look at the pictures. That's it.
Wow. Yeah, this Threads thing, which is part of, which doesn't make any sense to me
No.
because Facebook already had Facebook and Instagram. You mash them together and you kind of get Threads, except for Threads is now it's like a porn site. Or at least when I go
Oh.
on there, it's nothing but chicks looking for OnlyFans people or patrons or something like that.
I think they think that's what you're looking for because, well, to be honest, I haven't looked at Thread for a while, so then I have to update it. I have to update that app again.
So for the listeners for your audience that obviously don't know me, I'm I wouldn't say I'm a horny guy, but I am like a visual person. So I like to see hot chicks.
Yeah, me too.
Not that I would want to do anything with. I like to see them. I like to
Same
see
thing.
them constantly. And so I think that now what's happening with my feed is I appreciate that I get to see all that, but then sometimes I'll get someone that throws like a hot little person in there, and I don't mind. I like the little people too. But then I'm like, is this a real little person, or did somebody use an app to trap me to make themselves look like a little person? And if you're doing that, there's something wrong with you. That's not nice. That's not fair.
Entrapment or something. Entrapment? I don't know. If entrapment
yeah, I mean, if you're a little person and you're hot, please send me a picture. But if you're a regular sized person perpetrating being a little person, that's fucking wrong.
Yeah.
It's fucking wrong. Don't do it.
Somebody put me on some kind of like dating sites or something. My email address anyway. And I keep getting this. You look like a nice person. Like, come on. I know you're lying. I don't look like a nice person. I look like a fucking deviant. And I don't think they even put my picture there. Whoever, they probably put a picture of a good-looking guy and my email address, and I'm getting all this fucking nonsense every day. I got to clean out my email, and even though I have it sent to junk, it's I have it like blocked, but it goes to my junk folder. Like, what the fuck, man? All day long I'm getting this. It only started about a month ago. Maybe 2 months ago now. So I have a feeling which one of the listeners to this program would just wanted to make my life miserable. They did a good job. Yeah.
Matt, just you're talking about the AI, YouTube lifting the restrictions on AI, not AI, on content. And I mentioned that once that happened, my AI subtitle creator in my editing software stopped bleeping out the curse words I use. So like if I said fuck, it used to, when it did the subtitles, it would go ... asterisk, 4 asterisks or whatever. And so now it just puts the whatever I say, it puts it out there, except if you went like which you were doing a lot. And I'm just saying, it would go like, so you was like it would like there would be a blank until you actually said the word. Or if you duplicate the word, like if you say, man, let me tell you, it would only do one man. It wouldn't do both mans. Well, last night when I did the AI subtitle creator, it did the the double words. It's like, now every fucking mistake that that would occur, it would just like show it up. It would just put it there.
Fucking
I don't have that problem. As the world's greatest podcaster, I do not have that issue. I don't use filler words on a general basis.
I have lately. I've been getting paint parties booked at the last night. I got one for today in Brooklyn, New York, and every single time it's like a painting I have no idea how to do, and I have to teach myself the night before. So that's kind of fun, but it's also a little nerve-wracking. Like you're sending me to teach a party how to paint this thing that I have no experience in, and it's not even something that I would paint on my own. So
and yet you don't suffer from imposter syndrome. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
you. Last night I have whenever I have big shows coming up, I start having nightmares about the shows. And so last night was the
wait.
Yeah.
Wait! You can't just keep going there. You have to nightmares about the show, like monsters.
I'm about to explain. Like, okay, no, okay. For example, like last night's nightmare, was I'm at the end of the show. I deliver my last line, and then I look out in the audience, and there's only 3 people, and each of the 3 people were the other comedians that were in the show, and I don't remember the show. I don't remember doing the show. And then they walk up to me and go, you did great. You had a good show. And I'm like, I don't remember it. I don't remember. I said, what did I say? They said, oh, you said funny stuff. I said, but what did I say? I don't remember any of the show. And I look out and there's nobody in the audience. And so I look at the guy who runs the club. I said, how many people are there? He says 100. Now I know the place only holds 70. He goes 100. And I stare at him. He goes 110. I'm still staring. I said, what? He goes 130. And I said, well, how many people are there? He goes, how many people do you want there to be? so everything is like, and I'm having this sinking feeling that I don't remember the show. I don't remember doing the show. And I don't know how many people were there, if anybody was there. And it was just stressing out.
Huh.
But the people that were talking to me, they were talking to me using lines from my script. So like they would answer me, like I asked them a question and they would answer me with a line from my show that I don't remember doing.
See,
But
if this were a produced television show, right now we would break to a little vignette of GD's nightmare, and the three people in the audience would all be like.
And that's the other thing: the three people in the audience are not the ones in the show.
No,
the actual people in the show. The actual people in the show are Walter Gottlieb, David Yakeley, and Sandra Bernstein. The people in the audience was Ron Kane, some black guy who I don't think I know.
Why? Why is that?
Because I didn't know his name, but he was part of the show, huh?
But you do know him. You just don't know his name.
Well, no, in the dream I know him, but I didn't know his name.
Know each other.
See, I wanted to change the dream.
That's what was a dream.
Make it Blind Mike and his two little avatar people there are in the audience, and I don't get that.
And I don't remember who the other person was, but the third person again who was in the show, but I don't know who they were. But they're not in the real show, you know.
Speaking of black guys you don't know, but this black guy you do know or kind of know,
Michael Moriarty.
No, the uncle dude. What was the uncle? Uncle
Walt.
Uncle Walt. He's got. I haven't heard from him in like over a year. Like he's off Facebook. He's like, did he quit comedy? Because he was on every day with PSAs for comedians, and now he's no longer there. Do you know? Do you follow him? Do you see him?
I don't. I don't know.
I have no idea. I was just thinking about him last night. Like, what happened to him? Did he quit? Because this happens. People just give up, right? At some point, and you never hear from them again. They're gone.
But also the group that he was affiliated with, I am no longer affiliated with that group. You know?
I was never affiliated with them.
No, that's the group that he was affiliated with. You know, you were never affiliated. No, you were not.
Did you say Jackie was sick today? Is that what you said?
No, he's got a family dinner, big dinner.
Oh, okay, because he's texting me right now. So
yeah, Matt said he was sick, but I know he's got like a family dinner planning tonight.
Yeah, one of three here. What is that on the YouTube side? On our YouTube channel? You know what's weird? On Sunday, Rev is doing church. I'm in StreamYard over here, and StreamYard's not working here. And I see the numbers here, and the numbers here said like 18 or something. I go over on StreamYard on this one, and it said on StreamYard, the number said 61. I was like, wait, this is the same exact app. What? StreamYard should tell me a number. And I never know what to believe now, because sometimes I break that down as like, where are they, all these people? But the same exact app, same exact browser thing telling me different numbers. So,
speaking of numbers, the Reverend looked into the Google phone thing just in case.
Google Voice.
But they were now charging $10 a month.
No, Google
Voice. That's what it said. He went to the site, and it offered three plans: $10 a month, $20 a month, and $30 a month.
No, that's for business phone. That's Google Voice business plan. That's to get, so if people, you put out your number and your business phone will ring. But no, regular Google Voice is still free. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then they got him to click on something that he didn't want to click on. No.
Yeah. I actually got messages right now on my Google Voice. Somebody trying to call me. Sorry, Matt, can't get through. Trying to call the show right now. This is from like an hour ago, like when we first started. I don't know who it was. There's a number here. It's a local number. That's really weird. You know what? I bet I know who it is. It's probably Colonel Mike. Looks like. Anyway, so yeah, people try to. I guess I should use it more often. John has this thing in what do you got? Podmatch, a podcaster or something? A roadcaster. What do you have? You got?
I use the Tascam Mixcast 4.
Yeah, Mixcast 4, and that has not USB, Bluetooth like built right in, right?
Yeah, it
So,
has Bluetooth built right in, and then you can also plug your cell phone into it to take calls.
yeah.
And then it has a USB line also that you can either do that like directly to, like mine's directly goes by a C, what do you call it, a USB-C to my computer. So it's
Yeah.
pretty easy hookup.
I have one of those for sale. I up for sale now on Marketplace or something. But my issue with that is if I'm pretty sure that we've tested this to the hilt, that if I take calls like that, you guys would not be able. It'd just be me having a conversation with the person on the other line, and you guys wouldn't even hear what they were saying, or maybe
Right,
they wouldn't hear what you were saying.
And I wonder why that is, because like we've done it and they were all able to hear it. And I wonder if it's just because I really don't know, because some things that work with StreamYard, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It's very odd. We had it the
Yeah.
other day where we didn't change our settings and we still had echo. Like we did not do anything different. And like our guy out in Fresno had echo. We had to like keep fucking with it until we got it gone. And then all of a sudden it stopped. It was
Could it be no? Because this is just me. Because I'm having equipment issues as well with something totally different issue. Something that worked before, and then a couple of weeks later, it's not. It doesn't work with my computer. And I looked and it
Did
says,
you try putting new batteries in it? Because sometimes it stops vibrating when the batteries are low.
no,
I blew in
but
it. I blew
but
in
my
it.
computer said they didn't have any drivers for it. It's like you had drivers for it last week. What do you mean you don't have any drivers for it? So I
Driver
go
quit.
down. So I go to download the drivers, and it's still not working. So I gotta figure that shit out. But now I just wonder if there's like a driver issue that
I don't know.
I don't know what kind of software
I
it
think that
is.
maybe it might be that I need to get in the habit of purging all trash and all junk files before I do a podcast, just to be on the safe side. Because I don't usually do that.
Now, when you do your podcast, do you use incognito or do you go just regular Google
We
Chrome?
just use regular Google. We just use regular.
Okay, because I know I started going incognito when I'm streaming for Plausible.
No,
Oh. I only do that when I look up porn, which is kind
Yeah.
of ridiculous because everybody is gonna know my browsing history anyway.
Well, you know what? Whenever I look at porn, I got to go up to the attic and get the VHS deck out. And,
Some good stuff back then.
Yeah.
I wrote this joke last night.
Especially if you like 1-to-1 ratio. If you really like that 1-to-1 ratio,
What do you mean 1-to-1 ratio? I don't know what you mean.
Well, almost everything now is 16:9.
Oh, aspect ratio you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Square thing.
Yeah. Your aspect ratio when you.
Can I tell you guys this joke that I wrote last night before I drifted off to sleep?
What now?
Can I tell you guys this joke I wrote last night before I drifted off to sleep?
Yeah.
I want to know. I want to know.
That's what we're here. That's what we're here for.
This is a silly joke. I'm trying to write a bunch of silly jokes because I'm doing a veterans show next week, but I was told by the booker that they don't like you to get too veteran-y, basically. Like a lot of swearing. Like we swear every other word. So I'm like, okay.
So they want what do you want, like a dad joke veteran show?
That's what I guess I'm gonna do. I don't know. So I wrote this last night. Tell me if you think it's silly, funny, whatever. Did you guys hear about the math teacher that was chopping up his young students? They charged him with a minor infraction.
Infraction. I have to look it up. What is that? Oh, yeah.
It is minor.
Not bad.
Fraction. He was a math teacher. Minor infraction.
Yeah, I get it.
You got to explain the joke. It's not funny.
Not bad. Robert Taylor.
No.
I don't know if have you ever heard of Robert Taylor?
No, he hasn't.
I was talking to you. You never heard of Robert Taylor?
I know for some reason he doesn't come on the show anymore.
Yeah, you are for some reason.
Oh damn.
I've seen his show. He does nothing but hardcore military jokes that only like the military people laugh much more than anybody who's not military.
Yeah,
they get
I think so.
That's his show, but he does that whether he's performing for vets or not. I mean, it's just that's his thing. His show he calls it loosely "Thank You for Your Service," But that's basically what he does. So I don't get some of the jokes because I was never in the military. I tried to join, but I was on LSD and and Ritalin at the same time, which
Yeah.
makes
I
me
heard
not.
I heard that you were going to be a Navy SEAL, Green Beret, Delta Force Ranger.
Well, that's what I was going to be, but I have to say that the Ritalin helped me focus on my hallucinations from the LSD, so that was a good thing. But yeah, but the audiences with him generally appreciate the military. I mean, when at least I don't know, it doesn't seem like he's using a laugh track, but it sounds like his material gets some very hearty response to it. Hearty, hearty,
Yeah.
hearty,
I mean,
hearty.
I would love to do a show for actual people who are in, because something happens to, I'm going to say 30% of the veterans when they come out. They get this weirdness that is, well, I mean, they're following the weirdness right now. And I'm like, that's not what we were trained. That's what we were taught. It's not how our ideals were. So,
Isn't like remember Bob Hope used to do the USO tours? Isn't the
yeah.
USO still like a thing where and who runs
Yeah,
that
it's still a
now?
thing.
Without Bob Hope?
Yeah, they
Is there
take like they take like road comics, like people who
Yeah,
are
because
actually
I tried to get involved with
legit
it. I tried, and
legit
I
folks.
tried to
you
volunteer for
tried to
it.
get involved, but you were on LSD and Ritalin at the time, and they wouldn't let you?
No, they just never got back to me. I don't. So I didn't have it. So I even tried to get hooked up with some people who were comedians who were doing USO stuff. And I said I'd really like to do that.
When you say
And
hook up, you mean you were trying to give them a blowjob, or you were trying to do like comedy with them?
gay comedy. I was trying to do comedy.
You trying to do gay comedy? Is that what you said?
Just or night comedy, not day.
The problem is, never mind.
Anyway, oh my exterminator's here.
What about
I'll
VA
be
shows?
right
I
back.
mean,
I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'll be
all
right
right,
back.
be right back. Let me pull you out. VA show. I've been saying this forever. You guys, you could just go to the VA today and say, "I want to do a show here," and they'll let you do a show. Why not? Why not do that? Do that for Veterans Day. Let's do. Come on down and do one with me on Veterans Day. We'll do.
That's a Tuesday.
Comedy. Tuesday. No, it's not. It's a Tuesday.
No, it's a Tuesday. I'm looking at my calendar. It says TSY. Is it TUESDEE?
Oh, wow. Tuesday Weld. She was kind of hot, right? And Hush Hush, Don't Cry Now. Voices Carry. That was till Tuesday, right?
Right. Till Tuesday.
Oh, till Tuesday.
Yeah, because that's how they say it.
I thought it was till Tuesday. I'm all
No,
confused.
you're thinking of the tribute band.
So yeah, I mean, next week is a perfect. Yeah, the 10th is Tuesday.
The 11th is a Tuesday.
Perfect time to
The
sign
10th
up
is
for
a
a
Monday.
VA show. Oh, all right. So yeah, Veterans Day is the 11th, right? Because the 10th is, I guess in my head because it's the 200th and 250th anniversary
of the Marines, the Marines' birthday.
Right.
Yeah.
So John said he was going to Philly to do some Veterans Day shows, and that's where the big 250th anniversary of the Marines is. But John's not a Marine. That was confusing me. Not a Marine. Tell it to the Marine. So yeah, the weird thing this year, I got hired on Thanksgiving Day to do a bunch of Veterans Day, Veterans Affairs facilities, starting at 9:00 in the morning. It's like, what the fuck, man? Who wants to hear me sing at 9? Who wants to hear me sing at any time of the day? That's a given. But 9:00 in the morning on Thanksgiving, wouldn't you rather watch a parade and stupid people out there saying, "Oh, look, it's who's the latest celebrity in the parade?" But yeah, so VA. Let's do the VA on Veterans Day, and then we'll be like appreciated somewhat. People will tell you you're a good person. I don't get that enough, so that's why the only reason I volunteer and do as much of the stuff for the vets because I like hearing people say you're a good person. And you think so? All for that because I did something nice for an hour. That doesn't make me a good person. You should see what I do the other 23 hours of the day. all day, every day. So, but yeah, so man, but everybody within the sound of my voice, go out and do a show at the VA, man. It's good practice. You get to meet some great people, hear some great stories. You'll feel better when you go out, and then when you go back and tell people about it, they'll say, "Oh, you're a good person." Well, you can't beat that. They might feed you. Who knows? When you do gigs, I'm curious about this. Like, you have this gig coming up on your birthday. Does the venue manager, owner, or what say, "You want dinner"? Do they ever do that?
Oh no, they don't even serve food. This place doesn't even serve food. So some places do. If I'm doing a private show, they'll offer me food, because it's private food. Private shows, they're usually like events like birthday parties, graduation stuff. So they offer me food as well as the money and the alcohol. And I always turn down the alcohol because I never drink when I'm performing.
I only turn down the alcohol because I have to drive. I would be the performing doesn't enter into it. I would love to be drunk.
Well, I would think I'm getting to the point where, because my fear of being on stage is growing the older I get. And so I'm beginning to think that I may want to take a drink to take the edge off, because like the nightmares have never been this bad before. Never. Yeah. The nightmares, and they're starting sooner and sooner.
I think it might be my fault. I don't know.
Yeah. So like, usually the nightmares start like a week or two before the show. This time they started a month in advance. I've been having these nightmares since like October.
Some people need to be drunk to perform. We call those bass players. I don't know why. It's for most of my life, the hard drinker in the band has been the bass player, except for when I was the bass player, which is going back a long, long time now. But for most of the bass players I played with, not only drank, but also loved downs. Remember downs? People are, what down? Pills, downers.
Yeah,
Downers,
barbiturates.
man. Yeah. And I come back to my very first gig. The bass player, Tommy Carnevale, was drunk and on downers, and he went down like face first, base first, face first, fell down right in the middle. I think we were playing Long Tall Sally. And he just straight down, boom, the bass, bang, and his face all bloodied up, just fell straight down, got up with the blood on his face, and continued the song.
We never, like I said, I mean, I played in quite a few bands, but only one band to me was any of real significance. So, and we did not drink or do drugs or anything before a show, or even during rehearsals. Even during rehearsals, we rehearsed with the sober mentality, so that when we, the same mentality we're going to perform in. So,
yeah.
But afterwards is when we were, and there's always in every band, in that band, we went through a few drummers. Every drummer was the ones that brought. It was always the drummers that brought the pot. It was always the drummers.
Well, big time. It was a good thing back in the day to have a drug dealer, or especially a weed dealer in the band, because people would want to, and he'd tell them, "You have to come to the gig to buy the weed." So we would get an audience. Well, thinking back to Europa, my first band that was really out and working a lot. In those days, this is not a thing anymore. The bands would do 3 sets, 45 minutes on, 15 minutes off, 45 minutes on, 15 minutes off. And every break, 13 people would go outside in the band, and everyone had a joint already rolled, and everyone would light 13 and would stand around in a circle, 13 joints lit, and passing them. Like, if everybody's got one, why doesn't everybody just smoke it like a cigarette? But it was just like I guess it was just a stupid mentality, and we would be stoned as fuck, though. I mean, continually, like high as a kite, playing gigs. It didn't really affect our playing that much. Weed is not necessarily debilitating for performance, I don't think. I need a sober mind to be in public. Yeah, well, Yeah, but being on stage is not really like being in public. I don't know. It's not the same as being like in a social situation. People can't really talk. Well, I shouldn't say because sometimes people want to talk to you now, but for the most part, it's like you and the band, or you and especially if it's a solo thing like a comedian, you're alone. When I
Yeah.
perform shows, I do them sober. I need those knives to be sharp. He keeps talking about knives. I'm wondering, Ron, like, is a serial killer or something? A
Was he a
sailor?
juggler? Was the guy
Mm.
juggle?
I don't know. Cutter. He's a cutter.
I've done one show. No, I've done 2 shows with jugglers. Not the thing in the veins and the neck, but I've done 2 shows with professional jugglers.
Oh my
And
God, magicians too? Did you do any with magicians?
I've worked with I don't think I've worked with any illusionists. I've worked with
Illusionist.
strippers,
Okay.
drag queens who do they were like mime songs, the lip syncing thing. They do the lip syncing and the dancing and so I've worked with drag queens, jugglers, strippers. One show I worked, there was a woman who painted pictures, but she stuck the paintbrush in her ass, so she painted pictures with her ass. So
What is this show that we're doing in April? Is there anything I need to know before we do
no,
the
you
show?
know about the show we're doing in April. You have all the details.
I have like no details.
That's right.
That's all the details. No details.
No. You have all the details. Well, you know as much as anybody else knows, except for me. And
Okay.
I mean, you're opening, right? You're opening, and we
Is that
have
what
an
I'm doing?
improv
I have
group.
no idea.
You're opening your ass and was kicking a paintbrush.
I sent you a thing in the text saying that Sean says he's got.
You said they didn't want me to open. I said, yeah, that's valid.
Oh, but I was joking like that. I would never let them kick you off the show. You're my guy.
It'd be fine. I'd be like,
you're my guy. I've got you. I got your back. I got your back. I will protect you. I will protect you like a Jason's golden fleece.
Right off the bat, I'm going to tell my minor infraction joke.
Can I just ask about this lady with the paintbrush in her ass? Did the paintings? Were the paintings anything? Did they? I mean, was she able to produce any kind of real results, or did it look like somebody painted it with their ass?
I don't remember the paintings.
You didn't even at least look at it to say, "Well, that looks."
No, I think I have. I think I have pictures of the paintings.
Wow.
And I think.
I would be honest with you, I would be impressed if somebody could actually do something worth looking at.
I'm gonna ask my wife to see if she remembers what the paintings look like. Because I don't remember the paintings. I don't even remember what the woman looks like. Yeah. I just remember that she was painting with her ass.
Was she hot?
I'm sorry, my earpiece just went out.
I said, was she hot?
What?
Yeah.
I
guess she was not.
You need to unmute yourself, Beav. You need to unmute yourself.
Oh no, I'm not muted. I know I'm not muted.
What? I see your lips moving.
I see your lips moving, but I can't hear a word you're saying.
Yeah. This is not CNN. Anyway,
I didn't CNN.
Yeah. But now you have to sterilize that brush once you pull it out of her ass. I mean,
well, not if it's only being used in her ass. I don't see why she'd have to sterilize it. It's
your hands, you got to touch it.
Well, you're not touching the. Look,
I have big problems with the asses, and I'm ass phobic.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God.
They used to, back in the day when I was with the cult, they used to start this meditation. Touch the part of your body that you're really unhappy with, and women would touch their breasts, their hips, their feet, whatever. And I'm like, why is nobody touching their ass? I fucking hate the ass. Like, the ass is like the worst thing designed on the human body, or
but
any.
You hate your own, or you hate women's asses?
I hate the idea of asses. They shouldn't. Asses should not exist.
My most favorite thing.
I'm
I love
that's blasphemy. That's blasphemous.
I'm not an ass man.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I mean, it's okay if you're not an ass man, but to totally hate the ass and like, there's something.
Yeah,
that's that tumor you're growing in your head.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think it's an ass inhibitor.
Yeah.
I think he has an ass inhibitor and it's growing in his brain.
Yeah, that needs to be removed. Your
inhibitor.
life is less fulfilled. That's why you're so unhappy.
Yeah.
You don't like ass. You don't like a fine woman's ass.
I remember this being a condition my whole life, though. Even as a young child, I was like, I hate
slow growing tumor.
So who touched you, Matt? Who hurt you?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly,
Mandalorian, where you were hurt.
I think it was you. I think it was you, GD.
Show me on the support sloth where you were hurt.
I already told you, in my ass. I mean, it's pretty clear what I'm talking about. Where? There's only one ass. And I'm just looking for pictures of, because you mentioned working with the drag queens. We, every year we had a party where they would hire drag queens to do that lip syncing thing. And they would do like an hour and 30 minutes or something, like an hour and a half. Like,
I don't get this. Honestly, I'd watch them and maybe some of them would be like entertaining, like with where they were dancing or whatever. But to me, it was still lip syncing.
Yeah, but still, one song is enough to get the full effect of it. Yeah, that's all right. That was mildly entertaining for 3 minutes, but 90 minutes, it's just like, what the fuck, man?
It's insane how much they make.
Yeah. There was one show we had. There was a
show for us, and it was just like to do 2 songs, and they wanted $300. And it was more than, I'm like, that, you do know that's more than the comedians make. I mean, comedians, like, that's crazy. You want $300 for 2 songs, and you're gonna walk through the crowd and try to give people to give you dollars as you walk through the crowd.
Right, that's the other thing they do. Yeah.
And when we did these shows, Mikey is the most transphobic, homophobic, Republican asshole. Nazi, fuck, he is a Nazi. He admitted to me he was a Nazi, but we always made him kiss the drag queen and get it on photo, and he would like seem to actually be in the moment, like holding hands and kissing, and then all of a sudden, don't post that. You were having a good time with it. In the moment, are you afraid people knowing? Are you afraid of coming out of the closet on Facebook?
You see, now I don't like makeup. I can deal with like a basic amount, like lipstick, maybe shadow and stuff, like a little. But then when it gets to Tammy Faye Baker and above, I get triggered by childhood traumas, because my sister and her girlfriend used to torture me with makeup and stuff like that. So I don't like makeup at all. So I don't have a problem with drag queens. I just don't want to touch their makeup,
It's almost like Mikey hacked my photos and took down his drag queen photos, or kissing the drag queens.
I don't like excessive makeup. So I don't like clowns either. But it's not the clowns per se, it's the makeup. I don't like all the makeup.
Yeah. All right. But you don't mind the dick, is what you're saying.
Not at all. Because it's not going in me. Doesn't even touch me.
I don't think I have any pictures to counter that claim.
I don't think you will ever.
I think I can't. Don't you ever discount my
your AI ability,
my Photoshop abilities.
Yeah. Now, I mean, when I was shooting, I wasn't shooting. I was in when they were shooting the pilot and they were doing my part. I had to have they had to have makeup. I had to have makeup done, and that was the first time I'd had makeup on my face in like 40 years. Wow, is that Mike?
No, that's my mother.
Oh.
Now, you see, I look just like my mother, right? I got the mustache, and that's another Nazi, Mikey's friend, Richie Albano. He's a 6'4" 5 or something without the heels, and then he gets these like 7-inch heels or something. He's another guy who is a hardcore Republican. The trans stuff, these people who are just like thinking that trans people are gonna destroy your life. He's one of them. But every Labor Day he goes to the Miss Fire Island contest and participates in that. Every Halloween he dresses up like that. It's like I don't know. I think
So he wants it to be an outlet, but not a lifestyle.
yeah.
Okay.
But you know what? If you would think, loosen up, man. If you can dress up like that, you should be at least. And this is the question I want to put out there for all the MAGA people: do trans people have a right to exist? Do they have a right to exist?
Okay. Yeah.
If they have a right to exist, don't they have basic human rights like the rest of us? Because I'm thinking in their minds, if they were being honest, they would probably say they don't think trans people have a right to exist. And then we're on some.
Or he thinks they have a right to exist. It's not the right to have rights.
How could that be? If somebody has
because in order to have rights, you have to be considered a human. You can exist without being considered human.
Yeah, but the people part does make it human, doesn't it? The trans people.
You would think that about black people, but how long were they enslaved and treated like animals? And they had no rights because they were considered not to be human. Even though they were human, they were not considered as human.
What was it? 3/5 or 2/5? What was it? How many fifths?
Or as Sunshine says, or maybe they think they need to be saved.
Saved?
Yeah, from themselves or from Satan or from
for saving for a rainy day.
Exactly.
All right. That's it. I would really love to hear one of them answer that question. Do they have a right to exist? Because the other day when I went to New York City, and I'm going to be in New York City tonight with the party I'm going to, but it's at a house tonight. The other day it was at a public facility, and they had men, women, and
children.
No, the bathrooms, men, women, and what it said,
family.
Any gender, all gender, all gender.
Okay, because they have a lot of times I see men, women, and family.
Men, women, all gender. Please, if the all gender one was please knock. That was the only one that said please knock before entering. And
so they didn't have a lock on it. They didn't have a lock on it.
Right. Yeah. Here. Yeah, the Diana Ross impersonator. Oh, Jesus. And they're not even, not even good lip syncers. It's just about putting on a dress and she doesn't look like. I'll show you if I can show you this. She doesn't even look anything like Diana Ross. Supposed to be Diana Ross, not a good lip syncer, not even looking like Diana Ross. It's just very weird. Like, and they get paid a lot of money for this. Think that looks like Diana Ross? Would you say, "Oh, look"?
You haven't shared it on the screen. It's just in the green room, so it's kind of grayed out.
Yeah.
Can you make it bigger?
No, that's it.
I mean, because it's small, it kind of looks Diana Ross-esque, but it's because of the hair and maybe the makeup. But yeah,
it's not.
I can see what they're trying to do.
Yeah, but I mean that's getting paid good money to go buy a dress and a wig, and that really to put on.
I think half the money is for tape, though. Because the dress you buy once and it's reusable.
Right.
But the tape, you can't reuse the tape because once you pull it off, you have to throw it away and get new tape.
Yeah, you can't really see on this one either. Whatever. I don't know. It's a lot, and every year they would hire a different one. Like they had a Bette Midler one. It's all over the top divas that they.
Ethel Merman. That's. I like the only reason why I like Ethel Merman is because I like the way she belts when she sings. She doesn't even need a microphone. She just belts.
It's the Germans, the Ethel Mermans. The man with two brains, Steve Martin. I don't know. Carl Reiner, the Ethel Mermans. He was trying to say the Germans, but he was drugged up. He was, wow, look at me. Have you ever seen me? You never seen me, have you?
It's funny because I thought you was gonna put up a picture of yourself, and then the beef man jumped in, and I was like, "That's not."
That's not you.
I'll put up. It's not. It was, let me see if I could do this. Can I do this?
No.
This is me.
Okay, and who were you in that?
That's definitely a cult picture right there.
That's me at Hair Designer TV.
That's not when you were in the cult?
No, the Hair Designer TV was not the cult. The cult was the Barbara Brennan School of Healing. Hair Designer TV, we were teaching hairstyling, and for some reason, they love putting hair on bald guys and using me as a guinea pig for their hairstyling thing for men. And like that is not like a hairstyle. That's just like a bowl cut.
Yeah, you got to put that as a side-by-side picture.
That looks like the one of the Green Lanterns that you know, the Green Lantern with the bowl cut. I don't know his name.
I don't know. Phyllis Diller. Oh yeah, more with the drag queens. They do Phyllis. Not so much.
Oh yeah, they do Phyllis Diller a lot too. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I knew there was a woman. Her name was Chrissy Bond something, out of Florida. She used to do such a good Joan Rivers. She impersonated Joan Rivers, and she would do the material, and it was just so spot on Joan Rivers. It was like almost like watching or listening to Joan Rivers. She had everything was so good. It was just the intonation, the everything. It was just Joan Rivers.
Hello, all the people over there on Instagram. We got quite a few people over there on Instagram. You should join us sometime over on
where we can see you.
YouTube or Kick or Twitch, or not Kick so much, right? Why are we even on Kick?
So that we can see the bot people.
Yeah, you know, I think
I'm starting to get bot people now. They're emailing me. Like your program. You have more. One person says, you have great content. You need to stream more. You need to stream more. You need to stream more. And then it says, I can help you get more followers. I don't want your help.
Wow. I'm not sure if there's any real humans at all on Kick, right?
There was once. Remember, we interacted with it.
Wow.
With him or her.
Yeah. Now all these hair pictures are coming up. Now these.
Michael Moriarty is running a little late. It's 10:22 and there's no Michael Moriarty yet.
Wow.
Michael Moriarty. He's a cool name, but
let me see.
Sherlock Holmes's nemesis.
Look up the leader. Who was telling me this? Heaven's Gate cult.
Yeah. I was trying to pull it up and I couldn't get it to save, but yeah, the leader of Heaven's Gate. He had one of those. He had a haircut like that before he shaved his head.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Doe.
No, Doe was the chick, right?
And then they changed their names again, so it was T and Doe.
What a weirdos! And the thing with them, that nobody quit the cult when they said you got to cut your balls off.
Yeah. It was those poor. I will say, out of all the cults that I've researched, those were the nicest folks.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, here we go. Yeah.
Drink the Kool-Aid is one thing, but cut the balls off. I mean, I think that's where I draw the. Especially, you got a sharper knife. I don't want to.
At least that was voluntary. The people who drank the Flavor Aid, it wasn't voluntary. They had guns to their heads.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Well, did you share the picture, GD, or no?
I am about to. I have to make a file.
Make it a file.
Yeah.
Drag it to your desktop. I don't think Windows people are understanding that you could just drag it to your desktop.
Well, no, because this is.
I have a coffee to recommend.
Coffee.
Yeah. This is the coffee that we tasted when we were in West Virginia. I've had them before, but they're really good. And Swan bought a whole shitload of it. but it's a Silverbridge Coffee Company.
Yeah,
And
it's
this
not
one
real. It's not real.
is salted caramel.
It's not real.
It's not real.
No,
Silverbridge?
it's well, not that it's real. It's real coffee. It's just I can tell just by the packaging there. It's one of these ones that if you want a coffee brand, you send them
sure.
your
Yeah, could
artwork
be.
and it repack it. Yeah, that's definitely. It's what looks a lot like Mind Dog coffee, which didn't really sell for us. But it's good coffee. That Mind Dog coffee was some damn good coffee. And hot.
I mean,
I
it
don't.
says here that they search out the beans, so yeah, I'm sure
Yeah.
they
Oh,
have them
so
packaged, all that fun stuff.
that is the same fucking haircut that I had, right?
Pretty
Well,
very similar. Very
yours is
similar.
more of a bowl across the eyebrows, and his looks like it's just combed forward.
Yeah.
But you
But,
definitely
yeah.
look like one of the members. That's the first thing I thought. I was like, oh, you were a Heaven's Gate guy. Cool.
Well,
You
what
made it with your balls.
that thing I was I don't even know if it's still available. They were just bands of hair pieces that you could try on. Vivian came up with this product she had for people who wanted to see it with different hair color. You put them in a drugstore, try a color. Tricolor, that's what it was. And it was just like a little band that went behind your ears, and then you'd have the colored hair and see what you look like as a blonde or a white hair or a black hair or whatever. Here it is. Yeah, so that's all that was. So you can they all look like bowl cuts. So I want to.
Where the fuck is this guy at? I was interested in this book.
I know. I'm looking for him. His publicist didn't write to me. I wonder if she shared the link. He's been on the program before, so he knows the time zones.
Oh.
I think he's in Oklahoma or something. Oh no, he probably South Dakota. If you're a crazy horse guy, right? Michael Moriarty, not the Law and Order guy. He's a lawyer, but not the Law and Order Michael Moriarty.
Well, he has the J in front though, too, right? So it's J Michael.
Yeah. And I think he's part native, maybe to the extent that Elizabeth Warren is. But I think somewhere in his bio it says that he's part, but Moriarty is not necessarily a native name. Like good, like California and its cults. Good Ike. Like Eisenhower Ike. I like Ike. I want to share some of these are pictures I took in Paris at a hair show, just to know the hair business was very cult like, to be honest with you. There was some Matt Napo Facebook, is this the one? Yeah. So if we go here, like that's are you looking at this or no? You don't see it.
You haven't shared it to the screen yet.
Yeah, I hate it. It used to be automatic. Now it's not automatic.
That looks like AI.
Yeah, no, that's a real girl.
That's a real girl?
Yeah.
Oh, real girl.
Real girl. Here she is again, walking on stage there.
Just cut that guy out. Oh.
Some of these hair show stuff.
Oh, where's this Cleopatra looking one? Ooh. Send me this file. No, just kidding.
They would get into weird stuff, like they had hair that looked like they would like this. The hair.
That's a skunk.
Yeah, that's
like a cat.
It's like a squirrel got loose or something. Yeah, not too. I thought I had more pictures from them.
There's sometimes they're doing like hairstyles, and other times they look like they're doing hair art.
Right. Almost always they were thinking of it as hair art. Like when they were trying to impress other hairdressers rather than people who actually were going to go to a salon or something.
Well, there's a gay Parisian down there.
Like this, like crazy extensions in different colors, all these different kind of waves and not, curls and stuff, like go crazy. But nobody's going to wear that in real life, right?
It's like the fashion shows, all the crazy stuff that they put on the nobody's going to walk around with 4 boxes on them.
Yeah.
Weird shit, but whatever.
So maybe we're not going to talk about Crazy Horse being missing, because I think, listen, he's dust anyway. He's
that's unfortunate.
Who's his publicist? Do we remember who his publicist is, so I can yell at them? No. Maybe Lindsay. Maybe Lindsay? I don't know. So many different publicists here. Hard to keep track of. All right, so Michael's not going to show, or you'll probably show up at 11:15 when I'm ready to get out of here. No, I don't have to go to Brooklyn till tonight. Brooklyn, I don't know if you've been
Well,
to Brooklyn.
Sunshine, what kind of a hat? A beret? A derby? Mickey Mouse? A yarmulke?
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah,
Sure.
You had mentioned once there was a guest on, and you were talking about the difference between sauce and gravy, and that is really stuck in my head.
Yeah.
You,
Frank, was it Frank Lania?
I feel like there's
Franco
a bit
Lania?
there. I feel like there's a bit there because I started writing one. Could you describe that just a little bit more to me? The difference between sauce and
Okay, gravy. If it
I was
has
actually
meat,
talking to my dog.
Okay, this is particular to Italian food. The difference between sauce and gravy, even though they both have the tomato base, if it has meat in it, it's gravy. If it's meatless, it's sauce.
That's right. That was his that was his theory on it. No.
Yeah, and I heard another Italian guy say the same thing later.
Really?
On Tony Miller's show.
Now, is it an Italian thing or an Italian American thing?
No, it's an Italian thing, I believe.
Did you hear he said Italian?
Yeah. Italian.
Italian.
Yeah. I think it's an Italian thing that didn't become an issue until it became here.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I never heard anybody call it anything but sauce. I grew up in the American Venice, a town, an area that was designed after Venice, Italy, with the canals and the gondolas and all that stuff. Everybody was Italian except for a handful of Jews that lived in our neighborhood, but never heard it called anything but sauce until I was an adult. And then I started hearing some people say gravy, and I was like, "You're not from around here."
So our idea of gravy in America is different from the Italians' idea of a gravy then. Because if I think of gravy, I'm thinking of like, beef gravy, turkey gravy,
you take some
gravy,
stock, flour,
or like biscuits and gravy, milk gravy.
Right. You use like a beef stock or chicken stock, or
it doesn't have to have meat in it but it's stock based or it's made from drippings, right?
Right. Totally different. Yeah. Different concept. Yeah, different concept. That's why I said it's in Italy or in the Italian community.
I'm coming back to hair for a second because this is how ridiculous. I mean, look at that fucking hair.
Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah, that's at a hair show.
Nice.
Okay,
that was in Rome. I don't know how that relates. Oh, this is dough. This is definitely cult picture. Me. Do not change your channel. We have oh yeah, well, I'm out of hair pictures. Oh, look, I'm doing Matt and the Manatees. Let me get out of here. How do I get out of here?
That was some dad wear. That was some dad gear you had on for sure.
Yeah.
I refuse to wear jean shorts.
I would love to show some of the Nicholas French stuff. Nicholas French had this whole thing of he was his father is one. Freddie French was one of the founders of the 20th century hairstyling revolution, along with Vidal Sassoon and Trevor Sorby and people like that. And he had every single thing, every single show, he would go like avant-garde crazy with hairstyles, like hair that resembled like big hats, or hair that resembled like vehicles or something. So women would be walking around with like a car shape on their head, or a truck shape, or an airplane shape out of their hair. Like, why are you doing this? Who are you trying to impress? Like, nobody's going to go into a salon and say, "I'd like my head to look like a fire truck." Can I have?
Are you kidding? I see that all the time when I get my hair done. There was some black guy walked in and goes, "Excuse me, I want my dreads touched up and I want to look like a fire truck."
All right, this is.
I see that at least once a week. Matter of fact, I'm going to get my hair done tomorrow, and I'm willing to bet $100 that when I get in there, some black guy's going to show up getting his dreads done like a fire truck.
Wow. Here I am, much younger. This is 25
That's
years
Hank
ago.
Porter?
That's me 25 years ago.
As Hank Porter?
You're all frosted up there.
Yeah. That's white house latex paint, exterior latex paint.
Is that Hank Porter?
Yeah. And the paint would melt under the hot lights. So it would start to drip down on my face. And you could smell it. It smelled like, is somebody painting a room around here? Yeah, it's my face.
So are you like the horny guy that you're like when you go hang out with, you're in the friend zone and you just go so they can put makeup on you with a bunch of hot chicks in their 90s?
No, that never happened.
Oh.
I wish
Are you
it would.
sure?
I wish it would. No, I wish it would have happened. It just never happened. All right, so we have no guests again. No, I would have thought Michael would.
My fault.
He's been here before.
Clearly, it's my fault.
Yeah, Michael. Oh, who's this?
So not only is Crazy Horse missing, so is Michael Moriarty.
Yeah.
Wow.
What is this I'm looking at? Like a military page. We were talking when you were gone, John, about doing VA places. You said you're going to Philly? Is that on Veterans Day to do
What's
a
this
show?
asshole picture for? What is that?
What is that?
That looks like a.
See
I'm
this?
assuming that's.
Oh, the bottom from the. Oh, from okay.
That one. That's me and Viv. And she put a
No,
rock
not
star
that
with-
one. The one that's like looks like a.
Yeah, from the
fossilized-
bottom
fossilized
right.
asshole, but it's probably like actually.
It's probably
That-
a cave.
That's a rock.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it looks like.
I know it looks like the rock. This rock, I don't know, is what I said in here. If I zoom out, it looks like an asshole in a vagina. I just called it Mikey Rock.
Nice.
But yeah, it's just I don't know where they come up with these things. Let me see one more.
Now, who's the baby in the sunglasses? Is that you also?
Baby in the sunglasses. No, that couldn't have been me. They didn't have color.
You got to scroll that. No, you got to go back. Stop.
They didn't have. Where? I don't see it.
Okay,
Baby
go one more. Stop.
That
See, upper left-hand corner.
Oh, yeah, they didn't have color photos when I was a baby. No, that's
no, I thought it was a Halloween costume.
So
that's my grandson.
Oh, okay, all right then. I was like,
He's got the same haircut you have. Same glasses, same haircut.
Yeah, there's Hank Porter. How about that?
Nice.
Now, where'd you get the horse? Is that the one that you bought for the girl that left you and you had to get rid of the horse or put it down?
I have no idea. I think I just photoshopped Hank into this. I don't think the horse was really there. I think
you don't remember posing with the horse. I can tell you every time I've posed with the horse with my guitar. I can tell you every single time.
September 13th, 2011. It's a lifetime ago.
All right, well, what were you saying about the veterans, something or other?
Oh yeah, so you're going to Philly. Are you going to do a Veterans Day show in Philadelphia? Because
no, Ohio. I'm going to Columbus.
Oh, I could have sworn you said Philly. Maybe it's just because I'm old and stupid.
I mean, Columbus is far enough away that for me to go do a show. I mean,
yeah.
I would
can't imagine somebody asking me to go to Philadelphia to Philly to do a show.
Well, that whole Philly thing, like why the 200? I guess the Marine Corps started in Philadelphia. I guess it's a 250th anniversary of the USMC.
Well, I mean, our capital was originally Philadelphia, right?
Right. Yeah.
So everybody would have started in Philadelphia.
But there wasn't. Yeah, I guess was there even a capital in 200? Again, this 250.
Well, it's the Continental Army, the Continental Marines, Continental Navy.
Right, Continental.
So that's before. It's still considered the birth of their birth dates because it's still
his grandfather then.
Yeah. The 250 year thing has got me confused because officially the United States, I think, only came together after the Continental Congress, right, which was 1779. So that
but
the 250 years wouldn't be for another 4 years, which is only 245.
You can't expect the Marines to do math.
Yeah. But
I just take their word for it. If the Army says it's their birthday, by God, I just take their word for it. I don't.
Right, 250 years ago, they got together and they said, "We are the Marines of what? Fuck it. Don't worry about what the Marines are.
But we are the Marines. There's a pond right there. So Marines.
It's like being the Colts. You know, it's like we're the Colts. Well, we are the Indianapolis Colts. Yeah, but we were the Colts in Baltimore too. We're the Colts.
Here's another further confusing thing for me because the Marines are part of the Department of Navy. Right. Why didn't we hear anything about the Navy's 250th anniversary? We did.
The Navy already had their birthday.
I didn't hear. Nobody told me. I didn't get the memo.
Yeah, the Army did.
Yeah, they even had a football game or something.
The Navy against the
That's every year.
Army.
Yeah, but I thought they celebrated their 250th doing that.
Well, they
football
play
game.
each other they play each other throughout the year anyway. But the Army Navy game is the big deal.
Yeah.
That's coming up. That's the only football game I watch every year. If I miss it, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, I have. Oh man, I'm
Usually
sitting.
pretty boring.
I gotta find that. I gotta find that and put it on here.
So what we're talking about, I'm doing Veterans Day. I do Veterans Affairs shows all the time. I'm doing a Veterans Day show at a VA, and I'm like, I've been saying this for a long time for people. People who just go out to open mic nights and perform for 3 or 4 other comedians or whatever. Go and do a show at the veterans places. There aren't just old people in it. There are people.
Oh no.
Yeah. People 40, 30 in their 30s or 40s there who would definitely love and be a very captive, a very attentive audience and would appreciate it. It's a great way to kind of hone your skills and you could go there. I'm pretty sure you could sign up at any VA in your area once a week to go do comedy and work on your stuff and improve. And some of them even get paid for it. So why not do it? People just aren't.
Well, I mean, if you're somebody like me, I would just make fun of the VA the entire time. My entire set would be making fun of the VA. So they probably wouldn't want me to go there, but but they do have some cool shit there. Like at our local VA, and I'm sure at most, I mean, like some of the VAs that have some size to them, you can go there and they have like open stage time. So you sign up to go and you go and play guitar with other people and just hang out. The downside is I went to do that once and I don't play guitar well at all. But I just went to play around. And then what I didn't realize was when you sign in, they literally wrote a therapy note for me, a music therapy note for me. And it's in my chart. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't know I was signing up for therapy. Oh, sons of bitches. So I didn't go back.
I love playing at the Vets. Last time I did the big show was a couple of weeks ago. The stage and it's like 2,500 people.
Wow!
And what was really disappointing to me, there were every time I've done those big stages at the VA, there was always a few World War II vets, and I'd get to go talk to them and get some of their stories and stuff. And there were no more, and it feels like wow, they're all gone. And then we looked it up the next morning, and according to Grok, there are 48,000 World War II vets still living. I find
like a lot.
It does, because they'd be 101 minimum. I mean, if you were 18,
I don't think that's true.
But also,
so if you lied about your age and you were in the very last year of combat or of the war,
so if you went in at 16, if you went at age 16 during what 1945,
which
right, that was the end, right?
It'd be at least 96, right? That would make you 96 if you were 16 in 1945. You'd be at 96 today.
Yeah, and not only that, when they say, if you served in World War II, but let's say you were a nurse or something that was non-combat, wouldn't you still be considered a veteran because you were in the service?
That's
right. Yeah, but I'm just saying in general.
Yeah.
48,000 though. Like I could see there are some. Swan says she knows one who's 103. I could see that. I could see there are some, but if you take it, even if you take the bare minimum age of like say 95, 94, 93, 90s, you tell me there's 48,000 90 plus people.
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
Still alive.
Yeah, the minimum age you would be is like you said, Matt, 96. Because I knew lots of veterans who got in at 16. And who lied about. I knew one that was as a Marine, got in at 16 and was at the entire Battle of Guadalcanal as a 16-year-old. I'm like, that's insane.
Yeah, my father was 90. It would have been 96 right now, and he was in the final year of World War II, and then he served again in Korea. Yeah, bare minimum. So that if it was like 90, I could say maybe 45,000 is what the number came up with. 48,000. I was like, I was expecting the number to be 400. 400, I could wrap my head.
I could see. I mean, 5,000. I would think would have been my guess.
Yeah.
maybe. But yeah, I think it's a shame for sure. And what's crazy is if you think about it, and most people don't realize it, is that the Korean War jumped right off after that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we already knew at the end of World War, we were already sending troops there, apparently, clandestine like, at the end of World War II.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that's crazy, but nobody talks about. Not many people talk about the Korean War, and I knew some
Well, they
legit
do, but they
badasses.
they
I knew
talk
some
about in
legit
terms of
badasses in the
MASH.
Korean War.
That's because we've all seen the documentary MASH. You know, that's like 9 years. So that pretty much said everything you can possibly say about the
Oh,
Korean
for
War.
sure. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't nearly as, I don't know. It doesn't get the hype, which is surprising when you talk to the Korean War vets. You're like, oh my God, fucking terrifying to be surrounded by Chinese and like POWs and all that other shit. I had lots of patients, not lots. I mean, when you,
It was like
there were
and I
POWs.
think MASH made this very clear. It was like a prequel, a short prequel, a trailer for Vietnam. That's what Korea was. It was 2 years of what Vietnam was for 20 years. So, whatever. It just a horrible thing. And that's when we started not knowing really what the objective was in a war. Like, when are we going there? We'll count body bags. That's not. Before that, it was always about taking the land, holding the land, and then all of a sudden it became about just death count, like body count.
Well, and the death count, and if you read any of the actual, like, if I read any books about Vietnam, it's usually from war fighters
Yeah.
that I'll read, and they talk about that the body counts were inflated.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, oh, we killed like 3. Well, we'll tell them we killed 46 or whatever. You
Yeah.
know, because that's what they want. They want to hear that the body counts
Do you
inflated.
think coming more back up to 2025? Do you think we're going to start I don't know if it was a war. Nigeria, we're gonna bomb Nigeria because they're persecuting Christians, and the idea in my head.
No, we're bombing Nigeria because they're black.
Yeah, we don't usually get involved with anything if we don't, if there's no financial interest somewhere, we don't usually get involved. Take, for example, when you looked at what happened with in Rwanda, did we send troops there to like squash that whole thing? No, we sent NATO. So
Yeah.
they were literally chopping people up, piling up bodies, and there's no difference between the Tutsis and the Hutus. There's no fucking difference between them.
No, the only difference is what the French said.
Yeah,
the French created this division.
Straight up massacre, and we do nothing. I remember we were so angry at my post. We were so fucking angry about that. We're like, let's fucking go and squash this whole shit. And they did nothing but send NATO.
Sunshine, I love you, Sunshine. I just want to say that 41 and 83 would leave us at 2024. So and we didn't enter the war until 1942, December 7th, 1942, right? That's
the bombing of Pearl Harbor was 1941.
Oh yeah, but we didn't enter.
1941.
But we didn't get into the war. That was December, so we didn't get.
Yeah, but we were sending, even before we officially got into the war, we were still sending. We had people going over to fight with the Allies.
So yeah, so
we joined in the war.
To her point, 41 was 84 years ago, but still, you weren't an infant. So you'd have to.
Yeah, we're talking about if you were in the very last year of the war and you joined at 16, we were
45.
The minimum age you could be right now would be this, which would be 96.
Yeah. So coming back to Nigeria, though, the idea that they're putting out there, the claim they're going to bomb them because they're persecuting Christians. Now, in my head, if you're dropping bombs, aren't you killing the people who are persecuting Christians? And the Christians at the same time.
Yeah, it's just all bullshit. I mean, the entire world isn't Christian.
Right.
I mean, isn't the largest religion Muslim?
Right. But also the people over here in the United States who are in like Alligator Alcatraz, 90% Christian. If we're caring about and again, this doesn't sound like,
Matt, I can't believe I have to tell you this time and time. They're the wrong kind of Christians, okay? There's the right kind of Christian and the wrong kind of Christian.
So wait a minute.
The right kind of Christians.
I'm going to buy your premise. I'm going to buy your premise then. Right kind of Christian, wrong kind of Christian. The right kind of Christians are the black people who are in Nigeria.
No, the
No, because they're
right
so
kind
bad.
of Christians are the ones you can make money off of. The wrong kinds of Christians are the ones that are expendable.
So
In other
so you're talking
words,
about like evangelical Christians are the only ones who are allowed to live. If they're
no, I'm
Protestant.
saying, I'm just saying they can just pick which ones are good or bad depending on the weather.
It's all picking. Yeah, it's all
Yeah, depending on the weather.
What is the objective? What do we get out of bombing Nigeria? That the
He gets to kill black people.
It's a diversion, and he kills
Yeah,
exactly.
it's
He
just a
gets to kill
diversion,
black
and
people.
it's used to kill black people. That's all. Something so we stop talking about the Epstein. Stop talking about the economy.
Yeah,
Stop
it's
talking
all
about stop talking about the tariffs and stop talking about war crimes. So he creates
comedy
more war
podcast.
crimes.
I come on here for fun and laughter, and it's always devolves.
I know. Well, we
These are
thought
so
we were going to talk
serious.
about
No wonder it
Crazy
gets
Horse.
every time it comes on, it gets low ranking. It's because of me.
Yeah.
That's because you don't know any
I wanted
Latin
to talk
hymns.
I wanted to talk about comedy.
Brandon,
why don't you know any Latin hymns so we can get our rating up
well,
to one?
if you want to talk about comedy, talk about comedy. What the fuck? There is nothing going on funny. I don't know. I don't see it.
Well, let's talk about the business of comedy.
You know, I can't say this because we're on Government Network. But
they're under renovations.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, that's why
how come Michael Rappaport is an actor who goes on Twitter and he just got pro-Israel stuff all the fucking time, just angry, screaming at the camera. He's headlining a comedy club at Governor's, and I'm like, what the fuck? This is the second time they've had this guy there. He's not even funny. I've never seen him be funny.
It's not about being funny. It's about packing rooms and making money.
Yeah, there's a guy here in Michigan that was like, I can't remember how much tickets he was selling. Like they were super expensive, and
I feel like
guess
what
he
I
has
just
a
said
really
is going to get us banned off of Governors. By the way,
he's able to fill a room, and he's doing comedy, but apparently he's not funny like at all. He just tells stories, and he was like a hockey player, but he fills the room.
Wayne Gretzky?
No,
that's you know what?
Ovechkin?
I really now I'm curious. Like I want to stop by there and see what this Rappaport draws. And people going out to see him. I can't. You know who he is, right? You know what I'm talking about. This Michael Rapp.
Yeah, I agree, Sunshine, and I think she's cute. I've always thought she was cute.
Yeah, Sarah Silverman. But is she even doing anything these days? Sarah Silverman.
I don't know if she's doing anything. I mean, I think she did a special a year and a half ago, but her material is showing up in TikTok feeds and stuff.
She is so hot. Oh my god, Sarah Silverman.
When was the last time you saw her? Maybe
I just looked her up the other day. I was like, still hot.
I'm going to bring up a picture of her right now. Right here.
52. I think if the wind blows strong enough.
Here she is.
Hot. Oh yeah.
She looks like she put on a lip.
Yeah, but look at the backside. Look how round it is.
Yeah. You know who this really is? This is my pet pig, Rufus. I brought Rufus home in my pocket, in my vest pocket. And then he's a mini pig. Yeah, not so many.
No such thing.
You should be brought up on charges for animal cruelty. That pig clearly has diabetes.
Well, that pig died of pneumonia when he got it the
secondary to diabetes. It's complications to diabetes. That poor pig couldn't even see. He had such a fat face. I can't believe you're dissing Sarah Silverman. She's so fine. Oh my god.
I wasn't dissing Sarah Silverman, but I just haven't seen her in a long time. Henry, she's been in two of my friend Henry's movies, Punching the Clown and Punching Henry. What was the other one? So I like Sarah Silverman. It's just I thought she kind of retired. Like
no.
I think she probably gets to do whatever she wants. I mean, she kind of set the bar pretty high for female comics, and I think they're doing comedy for some female comedians. Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not being. Well, I am being a dick. Most guy comedians suck. So it is hard for a woman comedian to be funny. So out of the majority of them that do it, I don't find most of them funny. Okay. I don't even know what half the comedians are doing now because I rarely see anyone that's actually written a joke. I don't know what they're doing. Like I don't know what you're doing.
I saw a lady from Brooklyn, young female comedian, Olga Namer, and she was opening for a Tell, and she had me fucking busting up. And I haven't seen her do. I think she's a Governor's regular. I haven't seen her do anything but Governors though. Like she's not. I don't know if she hits the road. To me, she was original and really impressive to me. And I was expecting big things. This was 2 years ago now. I haven't heard her do anything. I invited her on the program, never heard back from her or any of that kind of stuff. So tomorrow,
there's a young lady from Michigan. She's like from the Detroit area, and she's talented. She actually writes a little bit, and she's already been on like small tours, like opening for people who are headliners, which is crazy because she's been doing it, I think, less than 2 years, but she's really pretty. She doesn't talk about her pussy continuously, and she loves wrestling. So she tells like wrestling jokes also.
wow.
So I think she has a good shot. And my only advice to her was, I'm like, just don't devolve and just only talk about your pussy constantly, because that loses so many people in the audience.
He had a young lady comedian, actually a couple, but one I'm thinking about, because I just love her the other day. Her stage name is Britt DeWitt. Her name is Brittany, but she was Britt DeWitt. And she looks like Sarah Silverman, only she's about 5'4". Okay, very petite. And she hates the fact that she looks like Sarah Silverman. She hates it when people tell her she looks like that. But she was very funny. When I met her, she was been doing comedy for like 6 or 7 months. But she had poise. She was older. I would say maybe in her 30s or so. And she had life experience. So, but she was poised. She had good material. She was a good writer. But then she started sexualizing herself on her Instagram videos.
Yeah.
You know, and so every time I saw her, she was like being more and more sexualized, and I didn't know she was funny anymore. You know, and I've seen a few women do that who were funny, and then they start trying to get popular and they start sexualizing themselves. And the material is almost like there's only 24 hours a day, so I can spend 4 hours a day learning how to be sexual. Then I can have my daytime job. Then I have to sleep and eat and poop. That doesn't really allow time for me to work on material. You know, so I don't know.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Obviously, I like hot chicks, but if you've already got don't depend on that.
Right.
I mean, write and be funny. It's the same thing with you had said before. I'm like, remember when only ugly people were comedians? Basically, you know. I mean, it's true. Like if you were a comedian, like, oh, you're funny, you're ugly, so you have to be funny.
Yeah.
You know, I just want people to write again. I don't know. I think that I just want people to write again instead of just get up there and talk. Like, are you GD Fenderson?
Yeah, no, I don't know. That's a really terrible thing to say about anybody.
I know. I don't know what I meant by that, though. What did I mean by that?
Yeah.
Some unresolved issues on my part, I guess.
Yeah.
Probably because he wouldn't let me help him with his bags.
What the fuck?
I would let you help me with the bags if I understood that you were actually trying to help me. I thought you were trying to steal my shit.
Why would I steal your shit?
I'm just teasing. Because
I'm Latino, I'm going to steal your shit.
I just need to keep track of my stuff so I know what's going in and out of my car. So I know what I've.
Sure. There's nothing eccentric about you.
No, it's just a visual thing. It's like I had a work van. I used to work at my van, and everything had a place. And even if I had I could picture my van. So if I walked away, I would know what I needed or not needed because I could just picture everything. Same thing with my spice cabinet. You know, I knew what spices were in my cabinet because every spice had a space.
Yeah, everybody
spice
cabinet.
Yeah, but now I have to admit, when my wife and I got married, she took one look at my spice cabinet. She goes, "That's very organized." I said, "Yes, it is." She goes, "If we stay together, don't expect me to keep it like this." I said, "If we don't keep it like this, don't expect me to know what we need." And guess what? We have like 5 containers of black corn, peppercorn, because if it's not where it belongs, I don't know if we need it. She goes, "Okay, let me get some more peppercorn." So we're like peppercorn. At one point, we had like 5 jars of mayonnaise in the cupboard because it wasn't where I put the mayonnaise. So I didn't know if we needed it or not because I couldn't visualize it. So we had like 5 jars of mayonnaise, and we kept buying mayonnaise because we kept thinking it was out.
Yeah, one of them is suspect. I'm just saying. Tomorrow, speaking of comedy, Dustin Chafin will be here. You guys familiar with Dustin?
Oh yeah, we worked together.
Second baseman?
No, we were actually worked together in comedy.
Get out of here! You're lying to me. Are you lying
Yes,
to me?
I am. I have no fucking idea who he is.
Well, Dustin is interesting for a lot of reasons, but he grew up. He was born in Texas, moved to New York City, which is kind of it usually goes the other way around. But
I'm willing to bet that he knows as much about me as I know about him.
I bet you he knows more about you.
I feel like he's already got a built-in comedy. That's why he's interested in it from the get-go. His name's Dustin.
Well,
I mean, you can use that for lots of things. Dustin, I don't even know him.
One of the things on his resume, and I know this is true, that he gave Nate Bargatze his first stage time. He was first guy to get Nate on stage to do comedy, and now he opens for Nate. He was already doing comedy for a few years, and Nate was doing his very first show, and he brought him up on stage, and now Nate is blowing up the world, and he is the opener for Nate in a lot of things.
There was a guy. I can't remember his name now. When the first time I saw him, I went, "This guy could be really good. He could be really, really good." And so I tried to work with him, and I said, you need to record your sets, video and audio. And he goes, "Well, I'm recording." He said, "I don't have anybody hold my phone." I said, so I gave him my tripod. I had a phone tripod. I said, "Here, take my tripod. Record every set. It's going to benefit you. I'm telling you, you're really good, but you move around too much. You need to slow down so that people aren't focusing on the fact that you're darting across the stage. I know it's out of nerves, and I tried to work with him, and then he got better and he got better, and then he started getting gigs apart from me, and then he turned into an asshole.
And that young man
is now Anthony Jeselnik. No, just teasing.
My wife got me tickets to go see Jeselnik, by the way.
Wow.
Now that young kid, his name is Andrew something, but he became an asshole, and then he went out and he became like, what's like a meteor? You get up there, you burn real bright, and then you just fizzle out.
Right.
He did that. Yeah, he fizzled out. He just went because he was too much of an asshole. You can't, he got too full of himself.
It's better to burn out. I'm sorry. Ron Kane just tuned out. He thought Neil Young popped in for a moment. So Dustin is I think he's friends with Christopher Titus, so he might know about you. That's why I think he might know a little bit.
Yeah, but Christopher Titus
talks about you a lot. He does.
No, he doesn't. No.
You don't watch his podcast. I do. He mentions you more often than Blind Mike does.
No. I'm willing to bet that I have not seen him long enough that he only remembers me by my face and hair.
How many types of comedy are there? Well,
oh my God. So
my list, I think I had a list of 45, I think.
Can you give me the first three?
I can, slapstick,
prop,
highbrow, lowbrow, blue.
Brandon says 12 or 13. 13 would be a baker's dozen.
Let me see. Let me look up. Let me go under. Where would I have it saved?
You think Sunshine doesn't have her own Google or Grok or whatever, or Gemini, whatever the hell you're using to look? She can't look up for a second.
No, I'm looking up.
She wanted an answer from you out of your brain. I say brain as if I just does something.
I have my own category.
Influences. Is it there?
Joke tellers, there's storytellers, there's prop comics.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got. I don't know what else is there. That's it.
Oh no, there's more. There's more.
Oh, the dipshit with a guitar.
There's Gallows.
The dipshit happy good. I shouldn't say that because I know some guys who do that. No, they're not dipshits. They're very good. Those the few I know who go up there with a guitar and do like happy comedy songs and stuff and
song parodies where then they tell stories about
not so much. Yeah,
Spice
I don't know when
Rack.
Henry does it. It's not parodies. It's kind of jokes about guitar playing, about his mastery and stuff. But yeah, no, that's 4. That's all I got is 4. You say?
Oh no, I had taken notes. I had taken notes for something I was doing.
I have developed my own category. It's called cryptid comedy. So
You
I'm
know,
welcoming folks to join the movement of
well,
the
that's
dark.
what I love about Dustin, who will be on tomorrow. He does this.
I don't even know him.
Wow, Dustin, I don't even. He does a lot of. He does religious comedy, but he's done Mormon jokes at Dry Bar. He goes out and tells, makes fun of Mormonism to Mormons. That's
funny.
And they laugh pretty hard. This is where I first saw him, like doing Dry Bar comedy, and I thought it was hysterical. Talks about, he had a Jehovah's girlfriend. I mean, lots of different religious stuff, and nobody is looking to cancel him. He's very, he bashes. Stanhope used to say, here's the thing. When I first got introduced to Doug Stanhope, I was working for an Israeli guy who everybody in the company was from Israel. They were all Jewish. And I discovered Stanhope. They were in the conference room, and I'm listening to Stanhope on YouTube. And the piece is, I hate the Jews. And it was like, I've bashed every religion, or I've never bashed the Jews. So let's get into the Jews. And he starts, fuck the Jews. And I'm like, wait a minute. And then I look up, and there's like 50 Jewish guys just looking at me. I mean, it's comedy. I just put, I don't know. I suck. I'm a nut. I'll leave. So that's how I got introduced to Doug Stanhope. Is fuck the Jews in front of 50 Jews or so. But Dustin doesn't get in any trouble for that. He will go tell Mormon jokes to Mormon people, and they appreciate it. Go figure. I don't know if you're Jewish, you can do that with Jews. Like Mel Brooks can tell all the Jew jokes he wants. Dan Pasternak, when he was here, was telling Jew jokes.
Okay. I think I found my source that I was using, and I don't know where I got 45. It was like they have 13 types.
See, so Brandon is more correct with his 12 or 13.
Yeah, he might have looked it up really fast just to be.
Yeah, this is the source that I used for my research when I was doing my research. It was at their 13.
Yeah, want to illuminate us?
Sure, some of them we already mentioned: slapstick comedy, dark comedy, self-deprecating humor, romantic comedy, high comedy, situational comedy, parody, surreal comedy, tragic comedy, farce, wordplay comedy, deadpan comedy, observational comedy. Now, like,
so Colin was observational and wordplay, right? What else would Colin fit in there? Because as the minute you said wordplay, I thought of George Carlin. He was very, I don't know, he was big on English language.
Surreal. He'd also be surreal comedy.
Surreal.
This form of humor focuses on absurd situations that defy logic and reason, like jumbo shrimp. No, it's the British comedy troupe Monty Python developed a unique brand of surreal humor in their shows and films.
Huh.
That's the best.
Yeah, I want to, because I was thinking about Colin the other day, and I don't know that a lot of other people do this, and I'm curious about how many people actually do.
Think about a dead
Colin,
comedian.
No, yeah, talk about dead comedians.
Anybody else just sit around thinking about dead comedians?
Well, Colin, because most comedians I know, they have material. They go to the club, they perform their material, and then they add in piece by piecemeal to what they're already doing. They don't write a new hour every 6 months or 9 months. Write a complete new hour, which Colin did. Start from scratch, complete new show. I think that's pretty unique. I don't know if anybody else does that. Am I wrong?
No, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying I was successful at it, but that's what I did. I started from scratch each time.
So when you do that, do you start thinking?
From scratch. That's what I do. I just do premise and premise and premise. Premise and premise.
But to write a full hour, or you just, because I could see I'm going to do a new bit.
I don't think I could write an hour.
I'm just
hour. I'm not like GD. I'm not like.
That's a good thing. I want that on. That should be one of my best
T-shirts.
Qualities.
I'm not GD.
I'm not like GD.
I'm not GD. I'm not like GD.
Put that on the top of my resume.
I'm pragmatic, not eccentric.
But I'm just wondering,
That's-
like, because it comes back to the idea of writing an album versus writing songs. Like, and there are people who sat down to write an album versus people who write down a song. Do you start with a theme? Like, I'm going to write a comedy show. The entire hour is going to be about this theme.
Okay, I can give you like I was working with Dylan Brody and Dylan Brody. And I was working on I'm working on my next 90-minute show, and it's called Reopening Old Wounds. And so I was telling Dylan that I was working on it, and so his concept and mine are slightly different because he says, okay, focus on reopening. At every point or every joke or every story needs to lead you back to this. And I don't believe that. I believe you start there and each story leads to the next one. And then the very last story goes to, it's like a circle. And I think he thinks of it more like a diagram where everything goes towards that principle. And me, it's like you start with the principle and you go around like in a circle and then you wind up back there. But use the occasional callback to keep referring to it, but not everything is about that particular thing.
I would tend to agree with your concept of the thing. The problem I have with so many specials that I've watched on Netflix or wherever, it doesn't feel like it's ever really ended in a tight bow. Like, you want a show where you know the ending. It almost feels like, okay, that's my time. It's like, wait a minute, you didn't really end. There was no real ending to this.
Now, I did have one called The Jokes Less Traveled, and the theme of that was that I'd done all these shows, and every time I did a show, I always left off some jokes that I either ran out of time or I forgot to tell them, and I wanted to tell them. They were good jokes I just forgot, and so I had this montage or like a bunch of stuff that I wanted to connect together, and the connection was that these are the jokes I just forgot to use. So I called the show The Jokes Less Traveled. But even still, I connected things. I did like a connection and transitions, which Dylan hates the transition thing. He says people are smart, they'll follow you. And my thing is the transitions are for me, so I know where I'm going next.
Sure.
You know, and I'm telling the story. So I had these transitions and the last bit is actually about my wife traveling, even though the story is called The Jokes, and the show is called The Jokes Less Traveled. I end up with my wife traveling, and that's the closest thing to, but every joke was just jokes that some of it was just brand new stuff I'd never written, but I needed a show that I could use the rest of the jokes up that I forgot to put in previous shows.
I look forward to Blind Mike dissecting that one.
Hey, GD, can you tell me that premise? Can you tell me that premise again?
Reopening old wounds.
Yeah. So as soon as you said that, this is what I would have said. I would have said, "What is a geriatric gynecologist?" Oh, sorry. I thought you said opening old wombs.
Yeah. I would have called it Dust Bowl Doctor.
Yeah, it's reopening. WOMBS. Yeah, old wombs. That's exactly.
You just like spread the lips and a little dust cloud comes out.
Yeah.
Sorry, old ladies. And
it's supposed to be. It's a play on reopening old wounds. But most of my wounds happened before I was born. Most of the damage to me was done before I was born.
It was fetal trauma.
Well,
yes.
I'm glad you brought up old vaginas.
Speaking of old vaginas, how would Michelle Pfeiffer
write this joke down?
Well, I think it was on Threads. It might have been on Instagram. A picture of a fucking vagina, and I was like, you know what? They complain about dick pics. Vaginas. There's a reason cunnilingus happens in the dark.
Does it? Not for me.
Really? You like what a vagina looks like? I mean, because if you take a photograph of it, it looks pretty fucking scary. It looks like, I don't know.
Oh, it depends. It really depends.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah,
it depends. No, seriously. Like, so there's a book when you start that they give you when you do advanced assessment and you're learning how to do basically, human medicine. They give you a very nice assessment book. You don't give it to you, buy it, and it will depict different pictures of like, this is the common types of vaginas you will see, or the common shapes, etc. And then you're like, okay, cool. This is what to look for. This is what's normal, this is abnormal. This is because believe it or not, this is true. This is obviously from my perspective as a man. Many, many women hate the way their vaginas look and will literally go to the doctor and ask them if there's something wrong with my vagina.
Not Sunshine. She says it's beautiful.
I'm sure yours is.
Everything is
Sunshine, feel free.
beautiful.
Slaptailsquad@gmail.com. I will give you nothing but favorable
Reviews.
comments. Exactly.
Yeah, I will give you Yelp reviews. I will give you Yelp.
If you could I also like to see the whole package. So if you can also send me a picture of the backside, I'm an ass man.
I like looking at it from the standing straight in front of the bottom, like not the spread eagle where the labia is all over the place. The standing up little hair pie and you just see the lips coming together. That's attractive. Sure. That to me is like the dinner bell is ringing. Okay, there. All right, I'm ready. But then you look at a photograph, somebody posting a photograph on Threads, and it's like, really, that looks like spoiled meat. I don't know. There's something. It's just not. It's not attractive in a. But
I get that. I mean, I get that, but I think that part of it is also your depiction of what's supposed to be attractive.
Right.
So
at that point, I just want to close my eyes and just lead with the tongue and feel around, and that like a blind man. I want to be I don't know, maybe it's, but I definitely could understand women feeling that way about dick pics. Like I didn't, especially unsolicited dick pics. Boy,
yeah. I mean, what does that look like? It looks like a baby bird, like a dead baby bird.
Yeah, the veins and all the yeah, you're right. I think it does look. There's that dead baby bird quality about it, where it's just I see you see too much of the infrastructure there.
Ladies of Coffee with the Dog.
Okay, I would
like to say that if I may, GD.
Yeah,
I would like to say that I will always give you favorable reviews of you if you send me pictures. Slaptailsquad@gmail.com.
Wow, you are going to get like inundated with pussy.
He's hoping he will. Yeah,
I believe that was the point. Slaptail Squad.
Yeah, don't send them to me. If you were going to send them to me, send them to John. Like I should just forward all this instead of just blocking them. I should like put an auto forward whenever I get these vagina pics. I'm getting mostly titty pics, and to be honest, the titties look nice. My time, not too big, not too small, not sagging. The right side. That much of a tit is nice. I don't know.
I think
that you will love the new TikTok, because the one of the new things on TikTok is they'll have a picture and they have like a little countdown thing, and then you have to like catch like subliminal. It's like all of a sudden it's like a flash, and then you kind of have to like see what's in the flash. You'll love those.
Listen, what's important to note is that body shaming is a real thing, and I'm here for body positivity. So if you're tired of being body shamed, just send your photos to Slaptailsquad.
Just don't let him look in your trunk or anything like that, because he'll mock you for the rest of your life. He'll say you're eccentric or something.
When I had this thought about vaginas last night, I had a little flashback. Everybody Loves Raymond. I don't know if you know about this, but they had a episode where Raymond's mother bought a sculpture. It was like a 4-foot high sculpture of a vagina, and they got away with this on CBS broadcast television, where people were coming in and looking at the statue, and some people understood what it was right away. And Raymond's mother, I don't understand, but I don't know what I like about it, but it reminds me of something I can't just put my like. How they get away with that on?
It probably because it's considered art. I don't know. I didn't see the episode. I didn't watch Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I can pull up.
I didn't watch that. I didn't watch Everybody Loves Chris. I didn't watch Everybody Hated Chris. I didn't watch the. I don't like to watch many sitcoms. Most of them I think are stupid.
GD.
Yes.
Here's a comedy idea. This is the premise.
Yeah.
Jeopardy for the hard of hearing.
I did do a Jeopardy bit, but it wasn't for the hard of hearing.
Yeah, I did it. Like if you went for the hard of hearing and everything they say is, what is, like the geriatric gynecologist, it's like, and the answer is, and the question.
My Jeopardy bit was it was called 50 States. The category was 50 States of Cray, and every answer was, "What's wrong with Florida, Alex?" Every answer. So like I do a news story, and it's like, "What's wrong with Florida, Alex?" So but the category is 50 States of Gray. So that was my bit. It was pretty funny. I liked it. It was enjoyable.
You're like, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it was. I mean, my
people laugh.
Family Feud one was also very funny. My Family Feud one was excellent.
I'm definitely doing this Jeopardy for the hard of hearing. Oh yeah, I remember that episode.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the vagina pics I see on wherever it is, Threads or Instagram or wherever that was. But I mean, people got the idea from it. Maybe that's why, because it's not like, well, you don't see the labia like flapping over, and you don't see the clit, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like a George O'Keeffe painting.
Yeah. So, but the assumption there was that Raymond was thinking his mother must be a lesbian for buying that statue. I don't know. It's just it was odd to me that they got away, that made it past the censors. You're talking about the 1990s, I guess, when that show was on. Was it maybe? Yeah, 1990.
I think you're right. Feels like the 90s. I think so, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Would you get away with doing like a vagina statue today on TV? The FCC is more conservative now. Like,
where's my vagina thing? Let's see here.
Is it time to wrap this up already? It's 2:30, 11:30. I mean, it's
11:20.
11:20. All right, so talk for 5 minutes. I'll just sit here and take a nap. Go ahead.
Okay, no, I was looking for the picture of my vagina that I used on stage. If I can find it.
It's the book, Soul and Shadow. No. Soul and Shadow, Michael Moriarty. It's about Crazy Horse is missing, and Michael Moriarty is missing. Yeah.
Okay.
And his publicist is definitely gonna hear from me today. Like, come on, stop sending me no shows. Don't ever send me no shows. Now I'm gonna have to put you in timeout.
There it is. Okay, let's try this. Let's try. That's not what I want to do. Damn it. All right, I will try this.
All right. Well, people in Michigan, if you're going to be in the Battle Creek, Kalamazoo, Marshall, Lansing, whatever area, we have a show this Friday at the Cricket starting at 8 p.m. Doors open at 7:30. I will be hosting The Beef Man. I will be doing all marriage-related jokes as written by Jackie the Joke Man, because it's my anniversary, my 20-year anniversary. So I will be doing that. And we will have on the set, on our show will be Brittany Melvin, very funny. JC Ramos, also very funny. Mr. Yes, I Said It, Battle Creek's own, and Battle Creek's own, Richard Mathis.
So are you done giving stage time to that dead weight of a comedian? I forget his name, something Ortiz or something.
He's weighty, that's for sure.
Now, is he still using Ortiz? Because that was his wife's name. That I'm not sure if they're divorced yet, right? But he wasn't. That's not his birth name or his family name. That was his wife's name. I'm sure when I got divorced, my ex-wife stopped using my name and went back to her own name. Guys, I would think, would be even quicker than that.
You would think. I mean, my ex-wife still has my last name, which is very annoying.
Did y'all have kids together?
One.
That may be it. When my mother became a widow, she kept the last name Fenderson because she didn't want. She briefly went back to her maiden name, and then when school started back up, and she went to parent-teacher conferences, and they said Mrs. Fenderson, she goes, "That's Miss Thomas," and they were like, "Your kids?" And so my mother went back to Fenderson because she got tired of explaining that she was a widow, and she just said, "Fuck it." That way we all had the same last name. We didn't look like. She said, "I didn't want people to think y'all were bastards until they got to know you. Then they'll know you're a bastard, but it's not my fault."
I'm more like a son of a bitch. But yeah.
Anyway, back to Steven.
Yes. Who the fuck is Steven?
I'm not sure. He's some guy who only pees twice in 3 days. Yeah.
But he does it sitting down.
So I don't know if, I mean, I admire the fact that you want to give stage time to people, but I feel like you're doing a discredit to society by giving him stage time. I don't know.
He is a hack. That is true. He's very
Yeah.
hacky.
Listen, hacks. I am a hack at everything. I was thinking about this the other day because with Spidey, with this magic stuff, I was I was a magician, but I was a fucking hack as a magician. I was mentalist magician, hack at that, hack musician, hack artist. I think I've been a hack podcaster, digital broadcaster. I've been a hack at everything I've ever attempted in my life, except in the corporate world. I was pretty successful as a marketing director, which is the least thing I really cared least about out of all those things. But I've been a hack at almost everything I've done. So for me, it's hard for me to be harsh on hacks because I am a hack, and I feel like hacks deserve love too. Don't I deserve love even though I'm a hack?
Sure. Sure.
I just want to show y'all the vagina that I made and used on stage.
Please.
That's all. Yeah.
This isn't going to be a Crystalia moment, is it? Oh, that is.
No.
Doesn't look like a vagina to me.
Well, no, we're looking
why
up close.
Why is the hair distribution so narrow at the top and wider at the bottom? Is that because it's going up on their ass cheeks?
Is it because my head's coming out of it?
There's no way I would even think that's a vagina. I'm looking at it. It just looks like. You remember Laughing when they had the doors that opened up and Goldie Hawn would come out and say a joke and then close the door. That's what it looks like. Oh, it's the end of Laughing.
Yeah, it looks to me like he's wearing a gorilla suit.
Oh. And I just realized that people just said, "What the fuck is Laughing? What the hell are you talking about, Laughing?" It was a show.
I remember Laughing. You know what show I thought about the other day? Welcome Back, Kotter. Just popped into my head.
I play a Welcome Back, the theme from Welcome Back, Kotter, every show that I'm welcome back to. Like that's my opening song, Welcome Back.
Oh, that's funny.
And then I do the Epstein, not Jeffrey Epstein, Juan Epstein. And I got a note from Epstein's mother, and that kind of stuff. And Arnold Horseback, Mr. Kotter.
Mr. Kotter.
Yeah. You know, the gig I had the other day, because we're out of time, but the air traffic thing, you know, they're cutting back on flights and all this stuff. Where I did the gig the other day looked like that Brooklyn scene, the opening to Welcome to Brooklyn, America's 7th largest city. Welcome Back, Kotter, the opening to that. But these people are like right in the flight path of at Kennedy Airport, and the planes come down pretty low, really low. I mean, above the houses. And it reminded me of, here's a thing. I know we're out of time, but in the 1970s, CB radio was like the internet chat room.
Yeah.
And the guys, I was like 12 years old, and I had some friends who were 18 and had cars and stuff, and they were on CB radio and made friends. And they made friends. They picked up women on the CB radio, and then they made friends. And one of the friends was this guy Tommy, who lived in Rosedale, Queens, and the jets would fly over his house. Like you could throw a rock, I think, and hit him. He would go and get his .22 rifle out and shoot 747s going over his house. None of them, and I saw him do it at least 3 or 4 times, and I didn't see him all that often. And none of the planes ever crashed, but I'm thinking they had to have some damage done to them, right? So how fucking sick do you have to be to go shoot at a 747 flying over your house?
Oh, you know he's hitting it? I mean, especially if it's a 22. I mean, with air currents and stuff like that. Oh, do you know that it's even hitting it?
Well, the downside is what comes up must come down. So the round's still coming down. That's the downside. You know, but if with the speed of the aircraft and how fast that round travels, I doubt he was coming here.
They were going pretty slow at that point because they were coming in for a landing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
they were they weren't way the fuck up there. They're like 100 feet over his house. I mean, they were pretty low. They're coming in for a landing at JFK, slowing down. But I'm thinking like the mechanics had to notice, like, wait, hey, there's a little pinhole here. I'm not sure a 22 would bring down 747 from that.
No, you have to. If it's landing, you have to shoot the landing gear out, and then it's not going to bring it down, but it's going to make the landing a little rough.
I mean,
Right.
anything's possible. A bird can take out a jet. So, I mean,
Yes, yeah, but that's in the engine. It's not hitting the tire.
yeah.
But that was definitely in my mind because these things were coming down like right over where I was going. Like it's
Are
pretty.
you sure the statute of limitations is over? Has
No,
you
no,
know?
that's not. I was just worried about what it's like to live in that neighborhood where jets are constantly
Terrible.
100, 200 feet over your house. It's like got to be horrifying. First of all, the noise and all that stuff. But what does it take to just get your house like crashed into by one of these planes or something? It was
Or, well,
happening.
that's probably what was wrong with him anyway. He's probably exposed to all that jet exhaust, and that's why he was probably fucked up in the first place.
Yeah, I could say his last name, but I'm sure he's still alive and he's still a fucking mobbed up. He was
Oh,
mob
never mind.
adjacent.
I'm sure you're fine, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, you're
I
a
don't-
good dude. Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with your brain.
All right, let's get out of here. We'll wrap it up. Dustin Chafin tomorrow. We'll talk comedy and cruise ship comedy and Nate Bargatze. And I'm really interested in this arena. He's opening up for Nate in arenas that hold 18, 20,000 people and
Crazy.
doing comedy in that kind of thing. It's just I want to understand what that's like. So we'll talk to Dustin tomorrow. Join us tomorrow, will you? In the meantime, have a great day and don't forget to turn on your radio. Thanks for being here. Bye for now.
I
listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me.